Hello, 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 everybody. How are we doing, y'all? We got up in here. Hello, Jujutsu Chronicles, Levi, Bamboozle, and Scarlet. What's happening, guys? Guys, we're gonna get to use the new ID today. We're gonna get to use the new and improved, insane Faust Hey Shu. Hey Shao? Hey Shao? Is that what it was? Apparently, it's really good. We pulled the 3-star at the end of last stream, so might have gotten a big boost to the squad. Although I don't know if we have enough thread to uptie her. Sorry if I sound a little nasally. Just blew my nose. Hello, Aaron, in Ontarix, in Cosmic. Guys, the white whale. We have to hunt him down. The white whale must be destroyed. It's the only way to win Ishmael back. It's the only way. Although Yash might have spoiled something for me. She mentioned, look, let me pull up. I don't know. Hopefully Yash doesn't get mad at me for leaking the DMs. All right. Yash says, spoiler, just like in the books, Ishmael will sleep with a member of the same sex. I replied with, why would she do that? Isn't that gay? Yash says, yes, she is lesbian. And I would like, I plead the fifth on what happened after that. Is this true? I thought that maybe Dante and Ishmael had a little thing going on. I thought we were gonna win her back. I thought that maybe she was playing a little hard to get. That she was just being like, oh, you know, I'm mad at you because you don't care for me. You don't look after my needs. And then, like, you know, Dante was gonna, like, Dante blocks all over the place, and it was gonna be all perfect and great, but maybe not. I guess we'll have to see. I mean, that's why we're playing the Canto, huh? Hello, Brian. No, it's her and Heath now. Did Heathcliff steal Ishmael away from Dante? So sad. I do want to showcase our winner of the word of the day comment from yesterday. Let me pull it up real quick. Let's see here. Remember yesterday your two words were limb inane. And the winner of your word of the day comment is Kmart. Oh wait, hold up. Kmart Calamari, who says she limb on my Gregness, which was actually the hidden third word of the day. I didn't even mention it till I became inane. The eloquency of the way that they are able to incorporate all three words, including that one hidden word of the day, really took me by surprise. I was, you know, I was very impressed. So congrats. Congrats, Kmart Calamari. I'm very proud of you. All right, good stuff. Keep up the good work. All right, you're currently in first place and last place because you're the only person who's ever won the competition. So congrats. Hello, Daniel. What the hell did I join in on, gang? Why are the few times I join in on the stream it's all about shipping? I don't know. I don't know. My brain is a reflection of the chat. And so if there's something wrong with me, it means there's something wrong with you. Alright, you guys shape my mental state and capacity and everything within my brain. Just know that I'm a reflection of your own deep, dark desires, okay? That's what this stream is. I do not limit myself to the words you provide me, Devin. Look, Levi, I think that's great. I think that, you know, freedom of speech, very important. But you won't be winning any medals like that, all right? Sometimes you just gotta play the game. Sometimes the game ain't fair, but you gotta play the game. All right, something you're gonna learn in life. But, all right, guys, well, I really want to try out that new Faust ID that we got, but before we get into the game today, we have to go over our word of the day. Your word of the day today is dyspeptic. Dyspeptic is a formal and old-fashioned word used to describe someone who is bad-tempered, in other words, easily annoyed or angered, or something that shows or is characteristic of a bad temper. The noun form of dyspeptic is dyspepsia. For example, The comedian shtick of delivering dyspeptic rants on the daily annoyances of modern life was enormously popular. I think that Heathcliff would fall under the umbrella of dyspeptic. Obviously, they use their example to highlight a way that could be silly. All right, I think that Heathcliff needs to be put on trial and executed for what he's done so far. But maybe he'll win me back. We'll have to see. All right, people are acting like he has some redeeming qualities I'm not yet aware of. I guess we'll have to get to his canto to find out, right? Hello, just a chatter. How you got a new Faust ID? Good job, Gengi. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, everybody's saying the new Faust ID is gonna carry us from here on out, so I'm excited to incorporate it into the squad. Like I said, I don't know how much thread we have, though. I don't think we really have enough to uptie right now. But it's alright. Hello, Jim Soul. It's 4 a.m. while I'm watching this. I appreciate the dedication. Alright, not everybody's strong enough to withstand a 4 a.m. Devon Block stream. But I'm glad there's some people out there that are willing to. Hello, Devour. Hey, guys, just threw up, unfortunately, but I'm glad to be here. That's great to hear, Devour. I hope that, things improve. But I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that you're here, my friend. Alright. Let's see, what do we have available to us? So, did I forget to claim our dailies? How do we still have dailies available to us? I don't know, but none of them there's nothing else to like actually claim on the track. How many shards do we have? How does one view their shards? Shard exchange. We actually do have a good bit. We could definitely convert enough of these into a substantial amount of thread so that we could uptie our good old... Where are they at? Where are they at? Wait, did nothing save? I thought we were, like, in the process of making a rupture team. But I guess none of it saved. Was there a button I didn't press? Probably so. Hey Shao Pak Mao Branch Adept. Faust. Let me see. We actually already have 78. We could at least get them to uptie 3. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I need, what was that? 22? 22 shards. I mean, I guess we should probably save up for like one. Is there, I don't know. Are we ever saving up enough of these shards to be able to purchase something with them? I don't think so. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I mean, maybe since we have the most Otises right now, I guess we could just save up Otises and then get rid of all the rest. So, check inventory. Did we have something in our inventory? Oh, we do have some eco shard crates. Okay, I'll take it. I don't think there's anything else important in here. Yeah, that was the important stuff. We did get some tickets as well that we can invest in leveling up the Faust ID. So, and yes, I did claim all the lunacy. Don't worry. We've got all the lunacy. But okay. Yeah, I'm gonna convert some of these. Get rid of Don's, Ryoshu's, and Yisung. And that should be enough. Now, I think people were telling me that the Uptie story for this ID has, like, spoilers for the main story. Is that true? Like, is it that bad? I mean, I don't mind if it just, like, shows a character that we're eventually gonna meet. I'm pretty sure somebody said that. Skip story spoilers, not really. Yes. Kind of. Like, I mean, is it gonna be like on a scale of 1 to 10, give me a number here. I don't even have the context for it, so it's not like I even know what's going on. Yeah, we did watch Rhodia's. We did watch the Princess Rhodion, so... Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. I don't even know what's going on, so I'm sure I'm not gonna be able to connect anything important. And also, her uptied art is way cooler than the non-uptied. Thank you very much. Okay. I mean, I don't even remember anything from the Princess Rhodia one, so this is really not that bad. I'll probably forget it by the time that it actually comes up. Or when it does come up, I'll just be like, oh, that's what they meant back then. It all makes sense now! I understand your point. Is the management Faust's insinuation that my unrestrained stubbornness is due to the fact that I am a simple-minded, uneducated swordswoman? Is that what you are implying? It is not. The intent behind that expression I observed exists still, though embellished by flowery language it has been. Whichever is the case, the Gesellschaft's justification for that request, that I must reconsider my decision after further observation of its intelligence, is understood. But I refuse, nevertheless. I have about 2 justifications for this decision. First, Gesellschaft provides a distractingly overabundant amount of information. Most of them are unnecessary as well, as learning my lord's teachings take up a great majority of my days. Moreover, there is a dearth of righteousness in the intelligence provided by Faust. An overwhelming majority of them are far too utilitarian. Over-reliance on such information will set me on the wrong path, as it has happened to the other Fausts, and such a thing should not be allowed to pass. Hello, Ricardo. How is he getting the best rupture ID in Canto V? I just felt like it. I thought it would be a good time to throw in my streamer luck. I mean, you guys do know that I have people on the inside, right? I have been assigned a personal Project Moon contact, and they can just drop me whatever IDs or egos or anything that I want whenever I want. I just try to, hold back a little bit because I don't think it'd make for very good content. It's like I wanna, make it somewhat difficult. But things were getting to a point where I thought it would be nice to have an upgrade, so I thought we'd drop in the Faust ID, See, most seasonal IDs are gonna be spoiler territory anyways, yeah. And it's not like they're real I mean, like if we're like in the middle of one of these Uptie stories and then like, Gregor gets stabbed through the chest and then dies, and then Dante's unable to revive him, and then that actually what happens in like Canto 7 or something, I'd be pretty upset, but I don't foresee that happening, so it can't be that bad. It can't really be that bad. Second, it does not matter what information you share with me. The judgment will not change. Faust knows it all, isn't that correct? Then you must also know that the reason behind my behavior is... Or is that not exactly true? Faust only knows everything that Faust knows, but does not know what Faust does not know? The same could be said of any random passerby in the streets of Hongguan. It seems that the responsibility to illuminate you falls to me, a student of an excellent teacher. It happened one night, under the brilliant moon-like artificial light. Back then I was confident in my blade. I was of the belief that, as long as I had a sword, I could endure any kind of hardship. Which is why I did not feel the need or the will to access the Gesellschaft, nor for learning. Devin, can you stop with thinking about sinners permadying, please? But it'd be so, it'd be so sick if, like, once they go through all the cantos for every character, the final canto is like a giant dungeon that's permadeath. Like, once you're in there, it's like you die in the game, you die in real life. Alright? Like, you gotta put on your Neuralink. If any of the characters die, they die. If Dante dies, then we die. That'd be the most insane stream of all time. I don't know if they allow that. I don't know if that's against TOS. Wouldn't that be so sick? I mean, it'd be like in SAO. I jump into SAO, even knowing beforehand that I would be trapped in Sword Art Online. If I took off the headgear, I'd die. I'd probably still do it. Although I think I would take the precaution of, like, liquidizing all of my assets and then paying a hospital with, like, the rest of my savings to keep me alive on, like, life support while I'm in the nerve gear. But, I think I'd probably do that for Limbus too. Killing might be against TOS. I mean, I don't know if they have they had to deal with this before? They don't make the rule until somebody breaks it, right? So we might be the ones to set the standard whenever we get to that point. But considering we're only on Canto 8 right now, they just came out with the first part of Canto 8, it might be a little while before we get there. Which is why I did not feel the need or the will to access the Gesellschaft, nor for learning. That is when I first encountered my lord. Whoops, it's kinda... Oh, is this Hong Lu? Whoops, it's kinda hard for us to chat when you're swinging your sword so violently like that. You jest. It is plain to me that you are not having any difficulties with matching my strikes. I'm not kidding. Oh, you're really giving me no time to speak. If you do not jest, then I best silence myself for now. But I've got this burning question I want to ask you, so that won't do. Do ask. What do you like, Miss Faust? Not exactly an apt subject for discussion between enemies locked in battle. Or perhaps this is but an attempt to buy time. What reason would I have to do something like that? I've already taken your lord's life, you see. You're an adept of the Mao branch. You've been visiting Yi Hong Yon every night to decapitate my precious subordinates' lives. But the more I thought about it, the more did I realize that I know so little about you as a person. Well, except for this little detail. Given that you're still living as a beast, it seems that the Pinky Caucus is still waiting for the right conditions and time to convene, Miss Faust. Or should I call you the Tianjiu Star? Oh, your blade stopped. Did you not expect me to ask you that? If you want to move on from this subject, can you please answer my question from earlier? What do you like, Miss Faust? Blades. The more intimidating and mighty, the better. Wowzers, that's so like you. But that wasn't what I was asking. It was more like a question of frustration, you know? Oh, I did press the button. Oh, it is Hong Lu. I recognize Hong Lu from the light blue background, but clicking the little chat logs here is giving me the idea that just possibly we may be fighting Hong Lu right now. Is Hong Lu just like a murderous evil man in all of his IDs? I mean, I guess in what was the one that we have? What was the one where he was like the blood fiend killer? Because I mean, technically he was like killing the blood fiends because like they eat people, which I guess kind of is somewhat okay. Although the one that he was killing I think was like not a bad guy. Fang Hunt. Oh, it's called Fang Hunt because he's hunting blood fiends. Oh, that makes so much more. I don't know how I didn't recognize that till now. I was thinking it was like, I don't know. I thought that maybe he was like part furry. That was the Fang. I don't know. Where were we in this dialogue here? A question out of frustration, you know. Miss Faust, you focus only on what you're good at. You never seek out knowledge outside your expertise. Hello, Raised Lux. Who's a furry? I thought that Hong Lu was, but it appears that probably not. Maybe not. Maybe he still has one where he is furry mode, but I don't think so. You never seek out knowledge outside your expertise. You never try to learn new things. Learning could bring you to new paths, unparalleled paths that no one could even dream of following. It is doubtful that there is much value in the act of learning and questioning. Of course there is. Unlearned as I may be, my path has never been limited by it. And nothing stops you, does it? You certainly live up to your nickname. But unrestrained as you may be, there are paths you do not want to tread. Come work under me, Miss Faust, and I can teach you so many things. A righteous cause, a battlefield, the means to utilize your qualities. What? Is that what you wish to do here in Hongguan? Is that you say that? Hongguan? Hongguan? As it is now, is but a pale imitation. The hierarch is unlike a hierarch should be, and families are unlike how families should be. So I intend to make everything right. What Hongyan needs is... I decide to follow my lord upon hearing his reply. No, stop it with your inquiries. How many times must I explain that I am already aware of that? I am already aware of my lord's questionable behavior. I am also aware of the fact that my lord has prepared an ambitious plan for the family hierarch evaluation. I know all these things. I know that he has wielded the favor gained as the precious jade of Dang Yuan, the gem of the Jia family, like a weapon to one by one obtain everything he has ever pursued. I know that he has seduced the daughter of the Zhu family, for whom there is no place in his heart, to draw many of their family secrets. I know that his care for me is but a care for a tool that gives him access to the knowledge of the Gesellschaft. I do not need to hear this from Faust. I know them. He commits ruthless violence under the great cause of rectification of names. Even still, I cannot abandon my lord. A false virtue it may have been. It has changed me still. In this city, where even false charity is a rarity, There is much to be learned from my lord. Miss Faust, can I talk to you for a minute? Yes. I just had a little chat with this guy, and he told me that there's an unrighteous person who's bringing something great, yet undeserving and excessive to Hong Yong. People can bring so much disturbance by trying to wield something that's beyond their capacities, right? So can you please go meet the person and give them a little warning? With good decorum and appropriate propriety, of course. The way of conquest is a way still. The mimicry of righteous cause is a form of righteousness still. Huh? It's nothing. Your word is my command, my lord. Well, don't let me distract you from whatever you were doing. I've got other stuff to do anyway. Oh, and don't forget to say hello to the other Fausts for me. He leaves without even waiting for my reply. Intentionless and needless. It is becoming of a noble one not to let assumptions bog her down, even if there may truly be venom in my lord's heart. I will not relay his greetings to the Fausts. That must be what Faust wants as well. Ending the report. Yeah, I did not pick up on any spoilers that could have existed here, so hello, Yash. Environments. What is, I don't understand how that could have been a spoiler. At least I didn't pick up anything that maybe I should have maybe picked up on, but I guess that's good. And now we got the cool art for the He Xiao Pack Faust. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, how far can we get? We can get up to like level 20 with the EXP tickets. And we have all abilities now, which is really the important thing, because I think I'm guessing that this ID plays similar to the Rodion one in the sense that you're trying to build up the Tianju Star Blades to get the Ascendant technique. It's like a big, huge attack, you know? So it's good that we actually have skill 3. Obliviousness is bliss. Yeah, I mean, I didn't recognize anything there that may have been possibly a spoiler. So, all right. Well, let me do this real quick. Let's run let me use a couple of our Inca-Fallon modules to run some of these Luxevations, and we should have the newest one unlocked now. Yeah. Okay. Nice. So we can do. Oh wow, you get to bring 6 people for this one. Okay. Obviously, we're just gonna bring the team that we already have that we know works for now. So you guys get up in there. We'll run this real quick, get some EXP tickets, and then after that, we can use a couple modules to just skip it. Just enough to get the new Faust ID leveled up on par with where it should be, you know? 34 modules is kind of crazy. What is that, a lot? I mean, we've been holding on to them. I was trying not to waste too many of them until we actually unlocked this stage of the Luxevation, so. We should be able to get a lot of XP out of it. But so what is our team gonna be? I mean, it's so sad though, like Grippy Faust, she's treated us so well and she's such a classic part of the squad. We really probably should put on this new ID that's just like way better. And also, I mean, it would be cool to try out a new ID and like a more ruptured team. So. Kirby says it's quite low. Oh, what? Our amount of modules? Yeah, I mean, there have been a good couple amount of times where I haven't actually transferred the Inca-Fallon. I haven't. What do you call that? Transformed it. No, there's another word. You know what I mean. I haven't turned them into the Inca-Fallon modules. So we probably are down like, I probably could have saved like 10 of them. Especially those days where we were running through a dungeon, I just had Inca-Fallon just chilling in there without converting it to a module. It's pretty bad, but, you know. You live and you learn. Hello, Kreutz. It's tasty. Maybe it is for me because I kind of waste them all until I have to save them for MDH. What is MDH? Mirror Dungeon Happy Time? What's the MDH? Depending on how much Inca-Fallon we actually have after going through whatever amount of levels we're gonna get through today on the Canto V, we might also do a Mirror Dungeon. Oh, Mirror Dungeon hard mode. Do we have that unlocked yet? When do you get hard mode? You have to clear a certain Canto, right? Devin seems already an organized mess of IDs. What are we talking about? It's a bleed comp. What's wrong with the bleed comp? It's in Corpus. And then, I mean, I do have a random... There is like one random Ishmael in there. Little maid Mel. That's because, you know, we had a 6th slot. And I thought that I would throw somebody in there, you know. You need to get to Canto 6, I think. I mean, conflicting answers. Somebody else said Canto 7. Get through Canto 5. Okay, we're either getting it after this Canto or after the next Canto. This will be fun. I've been very excited to try out those mirror dungeons for quite a while now. Okay, I think this is final stage. Lead com without W Corp Otis is crazy. Well, I don't just get to choose. You don't just get to choose what IDs you get. I don't know if you guys are playing a different Limbus company than me, where you just have all the IDs unlocked, and everybody's max level, and you just throw in whoever you want, whenever you want. But at least the version of Limbus that I'm playing, you actually just get random IDs. I know it's insane. So you kind of gotta use what you want, because this may sound crazy to you, but I'm not spending real life money on Limbus company. Oh, you said you have contact with Project Moon? Okay, you got me. You got me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Alright, how much is that enough to get him leveled up? What's the new max level cap now? Like 50 or something? Is that based off? I think it's based off of Canto. Or is it manager level? I forget. 55. Okay. Because I think that recommended level for these past couple stages have all been 35. So I think it's supposed to be at like, recommended it's like 40. Oh yeah, I did forget friend requests. Oh, that's because there is none. Isaac says, hey, accept the friend request. I would, but there are no more friends. Nobody wants to be my friends. Except for Heathcliff. Greetings, I'm Heathcliff. Nice to meet you, Heathcliff. Alright. Where is... Wait, that was Furry Hong Lu! Look at him! It's Furry Hong Lu! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! He's a dear one. He's a dear furry. Alright, how much does this give me? How many of these tickets can I use? 29, 32. Yeah, I should probably just use all of our modules, I think. Might as well. Oh wow, we completed a weekly as well. Nice. I'll take it. More XP. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and spend all of our modules right now. At least as many in increments of 6 as we can. So we'll have 1 left over. Oh, this will level us up too. Yes, perfect. Okay, well then that's nice. So we'll actually have a lot. By leveling up before we actually start the Canto, we'll have a lot of Inkafalon to get through as many stages as we can. Okay. Where are you at? 32. I mean, I guess let me just get them to 35 because we might want to actually save these other tickets for other stuff, to be honest. Okay, I'm trying to like get it as close to the left side of the bar as I can. Like I don't want to waste any XP. There we go. Okay. And yeah, I mean, I would like to build a Rupture team eventually, but I just don't have the XP for it right now. So we're just going to have to keep using some of the units that we have been using. But hey, Shao Branch, Mao Branch, Adept, Faust is online. Let's do this. So we got through these minis last time. The first Walpurga was upon us. We got to see that firsthand, although it was a lie. All right, there was no Walpurga. I mean, it was kind of a special Walpurga because that's when we drew our Faust. But obviously we didn't. It wasn't real. It was all fake. And we are in the ocean. All right, 36 stages. Is this the same amount or less than what was in Canto 4? I don't remember. Do you have any ideas on how Canto 5 is going to be? I think that Ishmael is going to be mad at us for a very long time. especially at Heathcliff, and then like the whale is gonna attack, and then Heathcliff's gonna like jump on top of its head and like beat it up with the bat, and then like save Ishmael's life, and then they're gonna be best friends forever, and she's gonna be all happy again, and we're gonna kill the whale, and then we're gonna move on with our lives. Or the Golden Bough is inside of the whale, and it's one of those classic like flapjack, you know, type of things where you're walking up inside the whale, inside of its intestines. A Morty type John, you know what I'm talking about? That's a classic, going up in the whale. But we'll see. I have also heard the female term passed around a couple times. Don't know if she's gonna be like stabbed. I don't know if the whale's gonna like stab her with the Golden Bough and she's gonna become like part fish, part male. But we'll see. Amori? You don't remember? You don't remember going inside of, what was his name? Walter? Wilbur. What? Willie. Willie the whale? There was a whale that we went inside of in Amori. I forgot his name. Humphrey? It might have been Humphrey. It hasn't been so long since this bus boat was hounded by the sirens and the flashing green lights. The sinners were sitting uncomfortably, trying to get some shut-eye in the ship cabins, formerly known as the bus cabins. The thought of returning to their rooms didn't even seem to occur to them. After gazing out the window for a while, Faust came to her feet and approached the helm, formerly known as the wheel. Okay, I think I get it. All right, Dante, I kind of get the idea of what's going on here. We're in a boat now. I think he may be trying to say that we're in a boat. You are wrong, Devin. It's Humphrey. I said Humphrey. It just took me a while to get there. Going inside Wilbert sounds crazy out of context. Might have to clip that. I mean, I don't know Wilbert personally. I'm sure there might be a whale named Wilbert. It's like a tribe called Quest. You know, whale named Wilbert. That might be a new. Don't steal that. I might need to copyright that. If we ever have a Devin Blocks band, that might be the name. Miss Faust. Yes, we have received a signal. Faust? The long-awaited signal has arrived then. Oh, then shall our adventure in the Great Lake finally commence? What signal? I don't hear or see anything, not even an alarm. A smoke signal outside our visual range has been picked up by Mifi. A smoke signal? The beacons are lit then. I guess that's what we've been sitting on our butts for. Sailing is a go. Splish splash. Soon, we will be moving away from the coastal area and draw closer to what one could call the Great Lake approach. Activating automatic navigation system now. How thou means to say that we have experienced so far was not the Great Lake? By strict definition, yes it was. We've been inside the Great Lake's borders for a while. Yet I make the distinction based on the information available to you, as our path has so far lacked any real threats. No real threats, thou sayest. After all that, lo, Yisung, there has hitherto been burying his face in that very bucket. I shall have thee know. I mind me not, please. I had thought the bucket's purpose was to remove water from the ship in case of a flooding, yet all it hath heretofore removed were contents of Yisang's stomach. And that, well, Purigisunot, that incident is still quite fresh in my mind. Walpurgis night, and not many of those threats could be attributed to the dangers of the Great Lake. False cause fallacy. Quite the rush of daunting ideas thou hast thrown in my direction. I shall henceforth continue to slumber then. No, we have just entered a hostile environment. We must rouse ourselves from sleep and ready ourselves for what dangers there may be. Otis? All hands to defensive stations! Otis suddenly leaped to her feet and began barking orders at the sinners. What in the bloody... Oh, my heart dropped for a sec there. Otis, this ship is currently steered by an automated navigation system. As its name suggests, it will automatically avoid any threats the Great Lake may pose. Should a threat prove to be unavoidable, it will sound an alarm. But do you really expect me to trust that incomprehensible contraption? Besides, this automated navigation system is nothing but some slapdash, last-minute installation by the boatworks fixers. Indeed, Faust was not the one who installed this system. So no, its reliability is not absolute. Well said. It is well-known wisdom that the path of a sailor is fraught with dangers unknown, which is to say that a human must handle it. Then shalt thou be the one to lead this vessel to victory? I must rise to the occasion. As executive manager, unfortunately lacks any memories pertinent to sailing. Luckily, I'm quite experienced with a leadership position. Oh, Commander! I am no commander. I am your captain. Executive manager, allow me to briefly assume your authority so that I may lead this vessel as its temporary captain. She continued before I even had the chance to reply. Attention! Sailing! That is to say, the act of traveling across bodies of water. After an indeterminate amount of time. And that concludes the fundamentals of sailing. Have you been taking your notes, men? Oh, marvelous! Quite a considerable amount of new knowledge I have acquired. 'Tis akin to an adventure, is it not? 'Twas one of mine humble 863-year-old dreams to sail the Great Lake as an adventurer, like a challenger of storms, a queller of rogue waves. Such an exact number of aspirations you have. Otis, ma'am, I have a question. Yes, you are recognized. What's that complicated-looking lever over there? It has been a riddle in mine head as well. What may be the function of that peculiar device? Oh, perchance it shall load and fire a volley of cannonballs with the press of a button. Ka-chow chow! Pow-pow-pow! A lever of transformative variety. It shall be an auspicious day in which we are availed sights of this contraption in action. Otis? I've been seeing more and more of these as of late. These so-called bleeding-edge technologies are hollow inventions that have nothing to show for it, aside from their pretty exteriors. A blind pursuit of convenience breeds increased risk. There's nothing but ruin at the end of the road paved with over-reliance on these bleeding-edge technologies. Fervor fueled in the furnace of bolts and engine oil, the ship's blood and sweat. A combined force of the commanding officer's decisive leadership and their subordinates' firm loyalty. Blood? What? That is how proper workshops of tradition and history are supposed to be run. Now that is how true comrades are born. I don't know what she's talking about, but that was kind of cool. I can feel something rising from deep within my chest. Commander, Captain, this bleeding edge technology is bleeding like a mule. Whatever shall we do? The alarm? I, Otis, shall prove it to the world that I don't need this high-tech junk to sail. Now see, woman Don Quixote, set the power level to the maximum output. Power level to the maximum output. Aye, aye, Captain. Seaman Sinclair, set the helm to the neutral position and hit the switch. Set the helm to the neutral position. Set the helm to the neutral position and hit the switch. Let's go. The engine has fallen silent. The automatic navigation system has failed. It is an old model. Rebooting will be complete in approximately 5 hours. That's what you get for abandoning your bus driver. Wait, so we're just stuck here? Of course not. While Mifi's engines may be inoperable as it has melded with the automatic navigation system, the ship itself can still move. We still have a manually activated backup power system on standby. Yeah, because Otis should be pretty decent at sailing, huh? Because isn't she basically, who did we say that Otis was? Isn't she basically Odysseus? I think so. I think Odysseus had quite a bit of sailing experience in the past. But no Ishmael. Where is Ishmael? What is with the music? Can we stop with the clown music? Can we stop with the carnival clown music in the background? I guess it's okay. Now, men, clear orders and celerity are of paramount importance in times like these. Right leg on heave, left leg on hoe. Let's go. Heave. Oh, heave. Heave. Oh, how is it fair that you get to stand there barking orders at us like we're peddling our bums off? A most dim-witted question. A captain must reserve her strength or risk putting her subordinates in danger. That is precisely why I'm refraining from partaking in this collaborative effort myself. Since when were you our commander? Well, she did say she's the captain, not the commander. Those damn seagulls can flock off already. Well, how about we kidnap them seagulls and trade them to peddle the generator? Oi, Faust! Smart arse! Thought you were a genius, make it so! That should be easy peasy for your brilliant intellect, no? I can make it happen, indeed. Yet I do not, as it is inefficient. Rudimentary toilet training will be the first step in making them viable as a consistent source of labor. Charon's bored. Charon wants to vroom vroom. I'm tagging out. You're the driver, so do your job. That should keep you occupied for a while. Oh, you sure about that? Fergie's not gonna let that slide. That's how you get yourself a consultation, you know. Oh, wait. Let's think about this for a hot minute. Let's think about the actual reason we're sweating, pedaling the crap out of the generator, huh? Nitpick and seek someone to take the fall for every little thing is a stinking thought. All that happens on the road to success is merely a part of the process. Look, I'm not saying that we should play the blame game. I'm just wondering why we're pedaling so darn hard to begin with. It's not like there's something coming after us. We're headed towards one of the largest ports of U-Corp, and we know exactly where that is and how to get there. It's not like the port's gonna sail away, right? Why all this urgency? I mean, am I wrong? The Great Lake has been very tranquil so far. It's not like some monster's gonna suddenly appear out of nowhere and attack us, right? It appears that your consolidated field experience has evolved into a form of intuition. Fascinating, Gregor. What? Faust finds this development optimistic. We must exit this area within the next 10 minutes. We are falling somewhat behind the forecast of my predictions. Okay, that was ominous. Why precisely 10 minutes? The laws of the Great Lake. Oh, I knew it! It's that darn law of the Great Lake again, huh? Your foreknowledge of the laws of the Great Lake is an unexpected development, Rodion. Quite difficult to believe that, even with the consolidated experience, your intuition would... Sorry, I just wanted to look like I was in on it for once. Girl gets tired of asking every time, you know? The Great Lake of U-Corp has laws that must never be broken. And yes, the port can and will sail away, Gregor. It's a bloody lake. What laws could it possibly have? What are the lake coppers gonna come spank the bad boys with a stick for breaking class rules? There better be a law that lets me S, Y, and C, whiny brat. My ears are starting to bleed. Ah, guys, knock it off. I could almost hear a well-timed sigh followed by honest but brutal piercing words. It was like someone recorded her sigh and played it back in my head. But Ishmael was nowhere to be seen on deck. So if there's anything you want from me from now on, state it, clearly. She wasn't kidding. Ishmael remained in her room, not a peep to be seen nor heard despite the commotion, not appearing once through all that's happened since the incident. As much as I would like to provide you with an explanation, leaving this zone takes precedence. According to my calculations, our last conversation left us with 7 minutes. You are approximately 15 kilometers away from the edge of this zone as the crow flies. Each person must pedal to generate enough energy to travel at least 10 kilometers per hour if we are able to escape in time. Wonderful. I love to see some proper teamwork for once. Yeah! Rocinante! Our destination is nigh! Galabon! Where does that girl get her energy from? Oh, I think I'm done for. Just go on ahead without me. And leave you where? We're on a ship. Diaphragmatic breathing is conducive to maintaining consistent speed in the exercise of this intensity. Especially more so when each center is responsible for about 10 kilometers per hour of energy output. Any higher and it would have required hyperpnea to maintain that speed. Hyperpnea? Hyperapnea? Hyperpnea. Do you ever get tired, girl? No. 3 minutes remaining now. Oh, we don't even know what happens in 3 minutes. Why are we doing this? She said there's no time. Just step on it with your life. Charon wanted to vroom vroom. This is squeak squeak. Squeak, squeak. That's no fun. I didn't know how energizing work songs could be. Huh? How do you guys have so much energy left? This is not even a warm-up compared to the training my family forced me to do. Oh, you lot, shut your gobs and pedal. 30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds? Yeah, quite the thrill this is. Now this is true adventure. This is like charging an overwhelmingly colossal army, is it no? Save your words. Your breathing. Remain in the flow. Breathe in, out, breathe in, out, breathe in, out, breathe in, out. How much time? 10 seconds remaining. I love that Otis is just standing in the middle, not doing anything. They even got, how do they have Dante on the, they got Dante on the bike. They got Dante on the Peloton while they got Otis just sitting in the middle, giving the orders. 4 seconds. 4, why are you not doing this by multiples of 5? Look alive, deckhands, put your back into it. Toil, men, toil. Somehow we managed to escape the zone before Faust counted down to 0. Some sinners immediately threw themselves to the deck of the ship like limp puppets, while some looked like they'd just taken a quick rest at a park bench. Why'd you make Gregor sound constipated? I think he might have been. I think that he may have been overexerting himself. So we made it somehow, but I don't see any signs of those laws. Am I missing something, Frau Faust? I swear, if all this law of the Great Lake drivel was some hogwash you made up, just to make this journey go just a tad faster, I'm going to seriously. The tranquil lake surface we just pedaled through was gone, as though it was never even there. In its place was an immense something. Its innumerable legs or tentacles writhed, rising above the lake's surface. I couldn't even tell where the thing ended and where the lake began. Did it burst from the lake, or... Hello, frogs. Were we traveling unawares on its body this whole time? I couldn't even find the right word to describe the magnitude of that thing. Its appearance sent waves across the waters all the way to the zone we were in. Mifi shook violently as though it was about to capsize. It need not be said that the sinners on the deck were given an untimely shower. Hello, Adriano. Whoa, that was too close. We were almost pancaked. Well, no adventure is complete with nary apparel, of course. In B. Now this is more like it. We have no chance of weathering a single strike from one of its limbs. No, but it will leave us alone as long as we are here. Oh, it will not leave us alone? Oh yeah, it will leave us alone as long as we are here. That is the law of the Great Lake. Now we have time for my explanations. Though the laws of the Great Lake are numerous, I will relay only the pertinent information for now. Lingering longer than a predetermined amount of time in a single lake will cause one of us to be struck by the waves of each lake. Waves? That didn't look like any waves I've seen before. There are also laws governing the time and direction in which ships are permitted to cross the borders between the lakes. Wait up, so if we ever just come to a stop for a bit, that octopus tentacle thing is gonna whack us? Precisely. Thus it follows that everything on the Great Lake is in a constant state of motion to position itself according to the laws. And the route towards our destination will also change accordingly. Can I get like a written list of these laws? My nanny used to stick a piece of paper with our family rules in my room. Not that I could follow them all, but that's when I heard a door open. Whoever opened it did so with obvious irritation. The waves finally hit, huh? Ishmael? After such a long period of isolation, Ishmael staggered out of her room at last. You can't just scribble the laws of the Great Lake down on a notepad and call it a day. Each lake has wildly different sets of laws, even though the overarching laws governing the Great Lake are pretty straightforward. More importantly, you should know that the unauthorized recording of their laws is one of Eucorp's better-known taboos. And my body will remember it. Tattooing them on your body, if that is what you are referring to, is also prohibited. Taboo hunters of U-Corp have been sent in pursuit of individuals who have attempted precisely that. It is best that we do not produce any written records of their laws. What have you been doing all this time, Ishmael? Wetting my harpoon. Your harpoon? Why? Because I need it to be sharper. Because I'll give her the kind of pain that makes her wish she was dead. She'll feel it, even from the smallest cuts. Then why don't you spare us from your misery and crawl back into your hole? I'm afraid that if I did, I'd later emerge to the deck littered with your melted, unrecognizable flesh. I'm not rearing to see a sight like that again. Besides, watching you landsmen waste time tinkering with a ship you don't even understand, wasting precious time has been unbearable. Even though it's been a long time since the incident at the boatworks, her biting yet anxious lectures have not dulled at all. I was afraid that she might stir up trouble among the sinners again. Okay. Fine. Hello, Tanny. She was out here with the rest of us, and I wanted to believe that there was more than enough. That was more than enough. I decided not to question her further. I had a feeling this would happen. Ishmael walked up to the helm. What are you doing? We are smooth sailing at the moment. A northbound breeze is pushing us along. I guess it could look that way for some people. Simple, one-dimensional, predictable ground pounders like you. You little... How dare you insult my... Otis, let's hear her out. You got lucky, Swabby. Okay, Ishmael, tell us. How are we not smooth sailing? We've got the wind at our backs. That's no wind. We're getting dragged. Dragged by what? Those ships. Pirates? Is that a blobfish? There's a blobfish on Don Quixote's head. How long has that been there? Was that a thing this entire time? Hello, Slingshot. Wait, did anybody else notice the blobfish? Where did the... I think those are like deep sea creatures. It's Bob. When did Bob join the squad? Is he the 14th sinner? I don't know. The 13th sinner? I thought Gregor was his 13th sinner. Who was the 13th sinner? No, never mind. Gregor was early. Gregor's sinner like number 1. Or number 2. Isn't he? Isn't Gregor like sinner number 1? I think he might be. Because technically, Dante counts as a sinner. Even though he's the manager, he still counts as part of the squad. Just like Ishmael said, 2 massive vessels were approaching us not far away from where we were. We're not exactly on a collision course with them, though. Ishmael didn't entertain me with an answer. Instead, she took the helm and threw it wildly in one direction. Whoa! This skill. Splashy drift? Oh, I didn't know ships could drift like a bus. Charon impressed. Redhead, not bad. You have competition, Charon. Hold up. That's weird, she turned the helm all the way. Why are we still headed between those 2 ships? It's like we're stuck on rails. Though Ishmael turned the Mephi's helm around to the opposite direction of the 2 ships, we were getting dragged even faster by them. And there was nothing we could do about it. Ishi, don't tell me you hit the reverse gear. I turned the engine off. What? Or are those ships melding into one another? You bloody loon! That's what you've got to say? We're about to get squashed like bugs! You, Swabby! What happened to all that bravado from earlier? Shut up. I'm going to use the momentum of the pull when it's the strongest to get us out of here. And... we're going to crash! Now. Immediately before the crash, Ishmael deftly revved the engine and adjusted several levers in a series of decisive motions before speeding us between and past the 2 vessels. Hello, Frisky Towels. We need to kill the white whale? Well, I don't even know. Was that tentacle monster the white whale? Is it like an octopus whale monster? Because I haven't seen the whale yet. Where is the whale? Nearly before the crash, Ishmael deftly revved the engine. Oh yeah, got through the vessels. The back of our ship. The ship's stern was crushed. but it was better than getting completely sandwiched between the two
이
ships.
정도라면
Mifi's engine can reconstruct damage of this severity within the next few days.
아니, 지금 보니까
Wait, this is more than just some damage.
파괴된
It's like they deleted a part of our ship.
마치 처음부터
Gone,
그곳에
as though it has never been part of the ship's blueprint. I took another look at where the stern used to be. It was as the sinner said. The stern wasn't crushed. It was effectively deleted as though it had never been there. It left a bizarre-looking cross-section behind.
유사의 특이점, 공명급세의 특징이죠.
It's the resonance tuning forks. This is what she was freaking out about before. It's U-Corp Singularity, the resonance tuning fork.
이곳의 배들은 원래 하나였던
Ships
것처럼
operating in the
서로
Great Lake can merge and
합쳐지기도
separate
하고,
when needed,
목적에 따라
as though they've
먼저
always been a
하나여야
single
하는
vessel,
것처럼 분리되기도
or as though they've
하니까요.
never been parts of the same ship.
저 정도 크기의 배들이
Resonance
쓰는
tuning forks used by vessels of that size are strong enough to pull in smaller boats without tuning forks like ours, or even ones tuning forks with mismatching wavelengths.
아, 이런.
Oh right,
명령이 내려지지도
apology for taking the
않았는데
helm without your
인간대로
orders,
잡히고.
manager. No, don't, you just saved all of our lives.
뭐
I
그러려던
wasn't
건
trying
아니긴
to,
하지만요.
but thanks for your understanding anyway.
시키지 않은
Oh,
설명이
and please
나오는
accept my
것까지
apology for giving
이해 좀
unsolicited
해주세요.
advice.
워낙
A certain
빽빽거리는
somebody won't
소리가
stop flapping her
시끄러워서
gums at me, so I had
배
to.
한가운데에서
It's
귀마개를
not like I can plug my ears in the middle of a voyage, right?
전장에서 입이 거른 사람은
I've heard my share of blunt, foul-mouthed talk during the war. She's not the first to do so.
실력만 뛰어나다면
Doesn't matter.
그러는 걸.
As long as she can live up to her words, no need to get in the way, I suppose.
죄송합니다, 관리자님.
I'm sorry, Executive Manager. I
잠시.
must take a short
잠시만,
break.
어찌 풀이 죽은 것이오.
Be not so crestfallen, Commander. I mean, Captain.
시끄럽다.
Silence. Executive Manager is our commanding officer, always been. Downcast and shoulders slumped, Otis made her way into the ship cabins, formerly the bus cabins.
목적지에 거의 다 왔군요.
Our destination. I like whenever the cantos have this like ambiance music in the background. Like I like it when it's not just like, you know, a random tune that they threw in there. Like obviously, you know, we're out in the water right now. I'm very immersed. I'm in the ocean. I'm on the ship. I can feel it. I can feel the waves pushing me back and forth. I hope they give us more ambiance in the future. Our destination is near. Welcome to one of the 5 great ports of U-Corp, the Marlin port. Faust's voice was dry and emotionless, as though what had just happened didn't affect her one bit.
와, 정말 크네요.
Wow, that's so big.
지금까지 제가 보았던 배
That's to
중에
be one of the biggest
손에
ships
꼽을
I've ever
정도로
seen. Honglu was right. We were approaching a massive ship so large that could almost be mistaken for an island. Sorry, I thought that I missed something in the dialogue. Whichever was the case, it was clear the port was a megastructure built from countless metal shipping containers.
안개가 걷히니 비로소 보이지 않던 것이
Mist
보이는구나.
fades, and what was unseen before unveils itself.
줄이야.
I scarcely did expect the pall to shroud a structure such as this. Ship? I don't know, can we really call that a ship at this point? Can't help but agree here. Ishmael, does that count as a ship in the Great Lake?
대호수에서 자꾸 육지
Your
상식을
landsmen,
꺼내봐야
common sense is
소용없어요.
useless at the Great Lake.
공명급세를 쓴다면
Ships that use resonance
저런
tuning
배는
forks like
밥
those are as
먹듯이
common as
생겼다고요.
crimes are in the back streets, or I
고래고기
guess as common as the
먹듯이라고
whales
해요.
are in the Great Lake. Hello, Cinny and Sheen. Faust Incorp ID death grips as in gripping sinners. I feel like we've already been over this. All that rupture going on. And then everyone else, I think we just keep in. I think we keep it as is. Although I do want, it should probably be La Mancha Land,
의로움을 세우기 위해서라면
then Malbranch Adept,
말뚝을 쑤셔 넣어주자.
then Grippy Claire. You.
혈기분들이 또 날뛰고 있나요?
I like it. Recommended level 35. Okay, yeah, so we're good. Recommended level. Oh my god. Recommended level right now is only 35, so we should be good enough. Oh, you got Heishao Faust? We did. We got it right at the end of last stream. Well, this is where we will go our separate ways for a short while. Charon and I have business to attend to here.
볼일?
Business?
왜? 또
Why?
무슨
What is it
일인데?
this time? I'm looking to buy some mermaid perfume. Let's leave it at that. Virgilia said, looking straight at an advertisement before us. Bottles of mermaid perfume extracted straight from their left fins. Special discount. Sync Otis is deceptively good. You should really use her more when you get the chance. Was she the poise one? Was Sync Otis the one that was built around poise? Or she... Yeah, I think she was. Hello, Eclipse. Yes. Okay, yeah. I did want to build a poise comp. Like, we do have a lot of poise people, actually. They're just not 3 stars. But, like, we have Maid Mel. We have Sync Otis. We had... I think Pequod... Is that right? Yeah. Pequod, whatever his name was, Yisang, Yingling. He was poised. I think we actually had 2 others. Like, we had enough to make a full team of 5 at least, but we'll have to see. Obviously, I think most of the time we're just gonna be building our teams around our 3 stars. I mean, am I right to assume that the 3 stars are pretty much always gonna be better than our 2 stars? Just like straight up better, almost always. Yeah, basically. Okay, that's what I would think. That's what I would think. Oh, art thou planning to procure some for us as well? Quite curious I am of that mermaid perfume. What other curiosities of the Great Lake await us, I wonder? A significant source of income for the people of U-Corp comes from selling whale and mermaid products. Whale oil, mermaid tears, mermaid perfumes, whale cuisine, and more, to list a few examples. Oh, lo, I spy a purveyor of ice creams over yonder. Sardine whale-flavored ice cream. How is that appetizing to you? Sardines are quite the savory nosh, even they do have a funny look to them. Alas, I am more keen to learn the flavors of the marlin whale ice cream. Will you not accompany us to our destination, dear guide? I've done my job as your guide. I point you in the right direction, and that's where my responsibilities end. It's not my job to accompany you all the way there. While you may be correct, your words also come across as rather impersonal. Then you heard me right, Yi-san. I don't intend to make friends with any of you, nor do I want to. Don't let these small talks give you the wrong impression. Now, Miss Faust. Our allies are expecting us. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Can I not change the... No, I can't. There was a way to change, like, the speed of the dialogue. I wish I had the dialogue set to the slowest speed so I could just, like, always just insta-click it to make it fully display. But that's okay. Our allies are expecting us. The before team on the ground will relay us to the location of the Lobotomy Corp branch housing the Golden Boughs. Wait, didn't people say... How come everybody said that the Cantos follow the order that the sinners were presented in? Or is their number not the order that they were presented in? Actually, I don't think they were. That's right. It wasn't 1 to 13. Like, Faust is sinner number 2, but she wasn't presented as the second sinner whenever they, like, in that little beginning portion. It would be probably just more handy if the way they presented them was in order, but I guess that's okay. I was gonna say, like, we haven't had a Faust Canto yet. According to our last communication, they should be waiting for us. There. Yeah, it's just the order that they greeted you in. That number is actually associated with all the associations in the city. What does that mean? The number is associated with the associations in the city? I don't know what that means. This place is a bit spooky. I don't see anyone here. What's up with that, Fowl? I can tell from your tone that you doubt me. This is the location I was relayed. Oh, so we got here first. Bloody brilliant. Before team. More like the belated team, innit? Allow me to make a minor correction. We arrived about 1 hour and 30 minutes behind schedule. Oh! Like this Vi association, which Faust is from, is and she's number 2. Yashi, yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, and their nationalities and association match up. For example, Ryoshi is Japanese, and the 4th association is a Shi association. Got you. Interesting. Odd. LCCB agents we met back at Jacob were already on the scene, and I'm sure that comment reminded everyone of the same duo. It did for me too. Thinking about them even for a brief, I thought somebody was growling at me. I think somebody's snoring in the background. It appears that they have elected to sleep in lieu of our appearance. Effie Sound. We didn't deserve you to. Pirates? Ain't none of you gotta watch it. What's the hell wrong with you lot? Apologies. In our hurry, we happened upon an unforeseen mishap on our journey here. Yeah, then why didn't you take that into account before you left? Someone from the corner of the shipping container rises from their nap and stretches. They sound oddly aggressive. My. Hong Lu, wait. Your badge is upside down. Remember to always keep your appearance tidy. Huh? What's this sticky red thing on his chest hung an upside down LCCP agent badge. It was soaked in blood. I hope this badge would have a more dramatic effect. Let's see here. Limbus Company before team leader. The fool was loitering around in our territory. I've got to say that was bravely stupid. That sorry production was an insult to art. Get to the point before I SYNC. You lads, so tardy yet so impatient. Why don't you first give us a listen? You're looking for the golden whatchamacallit, aren't you? What have you done to the team leader? Hold your horses now, lad's alive and well. This is a hostage negotiation then. This ain't me first ransom rodeo, if you know what I mean. It's simple. Give us the cash and we return your friend. We don't get the cash, and we give your friend an impromptu burial in a shipping container right here. Kidnappers, eh? Pieces of shite. Whoa, I wouldn't do that if I were you, laddie. Think before you act, eh? Anything goes wrong and your friend bites it. It's very straightforward if I do say so myself. Just do as we say, and you and that friend of yours continue on your merry adventure. Go get back to finding your golden whatchamacallit. Hells will even throw in a full-on gourmet tour guide for you, just to sweeten the deal. You bloody maggot. Okay, gotcha. I see what's going on here. Give us some time to discuss this, why don't you? Look, there's no point in escalating this. They'll do nothing but draw unnecessary attention to us. And if our impulsive actions get that LCCP agent killed... True, they hold the upper hand in this negotiation. I don't believe these fools know much about the Golden Bough. They likely kidnapped him by chance, thinking they could get a hefty ransom out of him. Though we have come across many men and women of evil nature in our adventure, such brazen villainy has heretofore not been encountered. How classless is grotesquerie without a cause. Charging them head-on will only seek their friends after us. Friends who may be involved with a powerful local syndicate. Our chance of victory is slim. Should such an event come to pass, we do not possess enough intel on U-Corp to effectively maneuver that situation. Yeah, we don't even know how big the syndicate behind this guy is. But from the way he said his lines, this probably isn't his first time doing this, right? And there's also a chance that they're just small fries, isn't there? If they're small fries, let's crush them all. We'll hit them before they even have the chance to lay a finger on the hostage. No, it could mean that their syndicate may be so small and scattered that it's impossible to be traced. So we don't know anything. Great. Are they really going to? If we don't pay up... Blast it. I know their kind. Scum like them are around every corner of the city. If this goes cock up, they'll kill the hostage and won't ever leave a body for us to find. All kinds of awful images and ominous speculation began to overwhelm us. Why is Devin such a southerner? What does that mean? Where does this come from? Where is this this generalization of my nationality coming from? The so-called kidnappers are crowding amongst themselves, giggling and chattering. They knew that our options were limited. Okay, then I'm gonna start off by asking how much they want. And why is everyone saying tea? Why is everyone saying tea in the chat? I don't understand. We're out of our element here. The best I can do is try to gather some information at least. Oh. A short, exasperated sigh escaped Ishmael's lips. She'd been standing here this whole time, arms crossed over the harpoon that rested upon her chest. You're going to pay them? Those bastards, are you crazy? What else can we do? Even now, the hostage. I don't care about your excuses. I only care to know if this is really the best course of action you could come up with. Any doubts about the manager's decision are unnecessary. Yeah, you're as predictable as always. Executive manager's decisions are orders. To doubt them is insubordination, Ishmael. It doesn't matter how competent of a sea dog you are. Okay, if you say so, but who cares? They've not given me an order. They didn't forbid me from doing anything. So what's your problem here? I just can't sit here and watch this play out. Ishmael strode towards the kidnappers. It was plain from her tone and expression that she did not care one bit about what the other sinners said. I'll gladly accept the consequences. She shot me a fleeting glance before raising that harpoon. For insubordination, manager. Then thrust her well-sharpened harpoon right into one of the kidnappers' forehead. The entire course of her action from start to finish was so full of absolute confidence that no one even thought to stop her. I couldn't either. OOF. Ryoshi was right. That kidnapper suffered a total obliteration of forehead. Ishmael, what did you just do? Sinclair was the first to snap out of his stupefied silence. The LCCB agent they took hostage. We just put him at risk. Because of us, he could... Sinclair was trembling hard. I couldn't tell if it was the welling tears he was holding back or an uncontrollable fury. Just like then. Just like back then with Effie and Sao. It was only a few months ago when... Don't tell me you moved on already. What? Sinclair's memories? Did we just like randomly gain the power to like see people's memories and like their past? Like last time what we did with seeing Ishmael fighting the whale? Is this because of that talk that we had with Damien? This is quite strange. Hello, Sonny. Sinclair's memories. I saw an image of Saud and Effie both smiling. Both were excellent field agents. Because they were both excellent agents, they suffered their last moments before our eyes, helplessly watching as they slowly expired in front of him. At his old home at that. That day must have been squished into his memories. I recalled Ishmael's vision that I witnessed back at the boatworks. Was that also a moment that was burned into her memories? I wonder. Ishmael didn't seem to find Sinclair's questions worth answering. She strode towards one of the closed shipping containers and kicked it open. A body that had been dead for so long that its complexion consistency barely resembled that of a living human, slumped to the floor. This one's been dead for at least a week, and of course, isn't our LCCB agent. Ishmael kicks the body, tossing it on its back. From the looks of it, that one was a tourist visiting Marlinport. Probably loaded too. If they could afford to travel the Great Lakes just for its sights, they would have been able to afford whatever ransom the pirates demanded. Kidnap, extort, execute. These syndicates have been repeating these three steps for a good while at U-Corp, even as their names and organizations change with time. They're everywhere like vermin. It would be more accurate to call them pirates here. They never return the hostages. They'll keep asking for more and more ransom until the money well dries up. Ishmael poked the body with her foot. Then they kill the hostages, like they did this one. Quite numerous. The prevalence of such tragedies must be... How can this be? Wherefore doth no hero rise to the occasion and put a stop to these villains? I love when Project Moon, like, actually gets intense and, like, serious. Like, you know, I kind of forget when we're fighting trash crabs that, like, people are getting murdered and thrown into, you know, getting held for ransom, getting stored in a shipping container and starved to death. but it's a lot cooler when they actually show it off. The crazy stuff that goes on in the back streets. It felt like Runa, we saw it every day, you know, but in Limbus, it's kind of, you know, every now and then you'll forget because there's more silly parts. There's more lighthearted parts, I think, in this game than there was in Runa. I believe this to be a place of tourism, is it not? Well, that usually means that there's a bigger fish looking out for these small fries. Nay, that matters not. To let such villains run rampant in the city is... Ah, it must be the case of the fixers of the city and are yet unaware of this travesty. Mayhaps they were preoccupied tending to others in need. Indeed. Not else, but that explains this. Were we to send a missive to one of the just honorable associations of the... Don Quixote, please. Isn't it about time you woke up to your delusions? I've had enough of your ramblings about justice. You're villains. You know what? Never mind. It's not like I'm talking to a brick wall. Oh, it's like I'm talking to a brick wall. You're not going to listen to me anyways. It's so frustrating to just have to sit here and... This shabbiness is why we can't get anything done in time. By now, we should have been talking to the LCCBH and getting the intel we need. Ishmael's eyes darted around with wrath, impatience, and anxiety. A metaphorical storm. An amalgamation of senses. She was billowing wildly and helplessly in the tempest. Could not even hope to hold her steady. Hello, Mr. Inconspicuousness. You brought this on yourself. This is our waters. Do you even know what syndicate you dogs just... Yeah, if we're doing this, then let's get it over with. I mean, Ishmael has a point. Like, if there's any character that I actually... Like, Ishmael is definitely not my favorite character. And we'll see if she actually does become my favorite character by the end of this Canto, like every Canto's done in the past. But, damn, we are losing our clashes. But she's definitely the sinner that I can relate the most to. Like, almost everything that she says, or like she talks about, I'm like, I kind of agree with it. You know? I think if I was one of the sinners, it'd probably be me. So he said I missed so much, his luck isn't ass anymore. Yeah. Well, I had to call on my contact, my Project Moon contact to you know, pull some strings for me. But I gave us an extra 10% luck percentage on all of our pulls from here on out, so they've been a lot better. Devin would be Sinclair, we all know that. I feel like that's a bit of a mischaracterization. I mean, I wouldn't mind being Sinclair. But I don't know that I can't think of many traits that me and Sinclair share. Especially also considering that Bam has already taken up the mantle of Bam Claire. It seems almost blasphemous to try and take that away from him. I wouldn't also mind. Honestly, Gregor and Ishmael are probably the two that consistently, like, I don't really have a problem with what they, like, say or do, and also, like, I feel I can relate to the most. Also, I haven't taken the time. We should definitely be watching our new Faust ID go crazy. These animations are sick. I should be paying attention. No, give me one. Okay, hopefully we'll have another battle after this, because I really want to see what her attacks look like. I'm sure they're really cool, because it's a newer ID. And Bruzel is more of a LeBron, to be honest. LeBron, like James? Like LeBron Jameson? Oh no. I think LeBron's like you know, like what, 6'5"? I think Bam might be a little bit behind in that department. Oh, let's look at this. I want to see your attacks. Show me what you got, Mrs. Pei Xiao Faust. Why is her sword so long? Oh my god. It's so thick, too. I don't think... That doesn't make any sense. You couldn't actually, like, wield a sword like that in one hand that's that thick and that long. And also it, like, be sharp. What is this thing?
내 뒤로.
Show me what you got. Show me what you got.
거기까지.
Random Ghost says modification. What do you mean modification? They modified the blade? They modified the sword? Is her sword Gesellschaft? Did they like rename the sword in her ID? How her sword is named Wait, what was the name? Was her name literally called was the Zweihander that Faust normally uses called Walpurgisnacht? We'll talk about it more because they talk about it in later cantos. Body modifications. Okay. Got you. Yeah, her sword's called Walpurgisnacht. Well, let me see. I want to see her go off. No, I don't. I mean, you're cool, Honglu. I like your cool little animations, but I'd rather see if I was jumping around, slashing, 360 mode, no scoping with the blade. Gesellschaft is a whole other thing tied with her. Okay. What is Gesellschaft? Isn't Gesellschaft? What does that mean? What is the direct translation of Gesellschaft? I can't remember. It's like... I thought it was like a subject. I don't think that's the case. I think it's like Wissenschaft. Oh, society. Yes, Gesellschaft is. Yes. Society. Thank you, thank you. No, I have not seen the Ascended third skill yet for Faust. And we've literally... These are the only 2 fights we've done so far since we've gotten her. So we haven't had a chance to actually like build up the stats effects that you need to power her up. I mean, I don't know how long it takes. Like, it takes a good bit for Rodion, for Princess Rodion to get her Blooming Thorns stacked up, but you only need 10 of the Tianju Star Blades to get the Ascended form. Because how does she get them? Skill 1, you don't get any. I forget. How do you even get the Tianju Star Blades? Is it like part of her passive or something? Oh, I gotta remember to use these defense skills as well, because her defense skills are really, really good. Oh yeah, Heishao Mutation Mao. Mao Branch Adept. If this unit's speed is faster than the target, deal extra damage based on speed. Gains Tianju Star's Blade every time an ally triggers a Deathrite effect. The unit triggered a Deathrite effect, gain an additional Tianju Star Blade. By activating the Assist Defense effect. Oh! So her defense skills give her a ton of the stacks. Got you. Oh, I haven't seen this. Blink Blade? Holy shit, this is really good. When one ally with the fastest speed inflicts rupture damage, gain 1 offense level next turn, 3 times per turn. Oh, and this is actually a 4 Gluttony Resonance. I think we actually do have a good bit of gluttonous individuals on the squad right now, so I think we'd be able to get that going. So we finally did get another Resonance passive other than Whistle, which is cool. Oh, I just realized, but we did take out... Oh! Wait, is Whistles down to 3 now that Faust is on the bench? Tianju is gained by hitting an enemy with Deathrite at 10 or higher speed. Got you. I even think about how good it is the fact that... Oh, I hit my mic, sorry. If I hit my mic, it might be way louder now because I messed with some microphone settings recently like I seem to do every stream because I'm still in the process of learning how to actually be a streamer after doing this for over 1.5 years now. But... So hopefully it's not too loud if I hit my mic. Where is... Oh, never mind. That's right. You don't have Faust on the bench. The IDs, Faust is, yeah. Never mind. I don't know why that's why my brain was working. I was thinking, I was like, oh, well, the ID is on the bench. But no, like, the ID has to be attributed to the person. Never mind. It would have been so cool, though. F for Gore. You bastards. When our boss hears of this, you're all finished. So if you bow down and beg for... Wait, I'm not finished. Get away! Oh, that's convenient. Nice. Now we know we can get up to the chain and talk to their boss in charge. Let's stop wasting our time here. I don't want to have to crack open these shipping containers one by one and go through mountains of rotten corpses. You can still point, right? Please. The location of your boss. Mark it on this map with your finger. I wasn't sure when she picked it up, but Ishmael was carrying a travel brochure of Marlin Fort. She shoved it in the pirate's face, who struggled for a moment before pointing to a location on the map. As soon as her trembling finger reached the paper. Ishmael, wait! Dude, badass Ishmael, I could get used to this. This is sick. Maybe this was actually a change for the better. This is awesome. Ishmael too cold. Too cold indeed. Well, we have our next stop. What are we waiting for? Ishmael walked out, leaving nothing but shipping containers full of both old and fresh bodies behind. What are the odds that the LCCB agent we were supposed to meet is still alive? Depends on how rich they think we are. He could already be dead then. Even if the worst comes to pass, we should still find his body. They'll at least give us something. If that's all we need to find at the end of this corpse, Ishmael, I don't think I could forgive. Huh, who, me? No, us. We who didn't even try to save them. Faust, I am listening. Should we do something? Is she going to be okay? I mean, Ishmael. I can give you answers regarding her insubordination and her emotional state. But this is not a matter in which Faust's answers can be of much assistance. Executive Manager, such insubordination and nigh rogue behavior would have resulted in on-the-spot execution in any other organization. I'm aware that the punishing the sinners is not a part of the authority given to you. There must be penalties benefiting her actions for proper management. Otis, you're always on my side. Pretty much always, now that I think about it. I have been a leader of men once, as you are now. I can sympathize with your troubles. I don't know if I can manage Ishmael anymore. I just don't. Though it looked like she was acting rash. Maybe it was. Maybe she knew the right thing to do in this scenario. If Ishmael suddenly decides to quit or something, Faust will doubtless proceed to educate me on the various clauses that prevent Ishmael from quitting. But it's not like I could force her to come along should this hostility escalate. Besides, she'd already acted without my orders earlier. She did say she'd follow my orders, but I wasn't sure how long that would last. Executive Manager, that doesn't matter. We don't need there to be 12 sinners. What? What happened to No Man Left Behind? Are you saying that we should leave Ishmael? Executive Manager, I have wandered for many years in far, far lands before making my journey here. I have done so with steadfast determination. For a single clause in my contract with the company. I came ready to face all the hardships that the journey entails. Adversity, conflict, and loss of comrades are simply facts of this quest that I must weather. Truth be told, I expect all of them to happen at some point in our journey. Oh, I will always remain by your side, of course. Dude, I really don't like Otis. I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't know if she's under... I don't know if she's, like, under Heathcliff. But Otis has really not ever given me any reason to actually really like her. You know, non-stop brown-nosing. She's hating on my Ishmael, and I like Ishmael already. What does she really provide? She barks out orders, but like she's not even the one in charge here. Come on now. Come on now. She smoothly added the last part, but there was a growing suspicion at the back of my mind that maybe not everyone felt a sense of belonging from this group. Maybe I was the only one who sought a sense of belonging from them. That we'd fight as one, no matter what ordeal this journey threw in our way. Damn, Otis getting flamed by everybody, gang. Otis is my goat and I'll defend her to the end. I mean, maybe she'll, you know, over time she'll grow on me. I mean, I don't hate her. And honestly, I mean, I probably do hate Heathcliff. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. If I was to rank all the sinners right now, top to bottom, you know, who's the best to the worst? All right, favorites. Okay. I mean, honestly, I said that Yi-Sung was growing on me for a while, and as with Sinclair, but now that we're kind of out of that emotional place where we were like super invested in their stories, it's got to be Greg. Like, Gregor is 100% number 1. 2 is Faust. 3 Yi-Sung. 4 Sinclair. 5 Ishmael. 6 Rodion. 7 Honglu. 8? Maybe throw in like... I'm trying to think. 8 can be Mersault. 9 Ryoshu. Oh, I forgot to put Don in here. Hold up. Okay, we place Don. Don is right, but I don't see. And that's what sucks. If I actually had like an A, B, C tier, everybody that I've said so far, like everybody, like in B tier would be like Don, Rodion, Honglu. You know, A tier is like Ishmael, Faust, Sinclair, Yi-Sung. S tier would be Gregor. And then like it might drop all the way down to like D or F tier is like maybe like a C would be Mersault. D is Ryoshu. And then F is like Otis and Heathcliff. But like Heathcliff below Otis. Like there's a big gap. Alright, there's a big gap. I like almost everybody. And actually, almost everybody like quite close to one another, so. Calamari says my top 3 sinners are Otis, Mersault, and Heathcliff. That's insane. I'm sorry, that's insane. That is crazy. That is absolute insanity. How could any of them outclass Greg? I mean, what could you ever have against Gregor? He's actually perfect in every way. And then Dante obviously is like S+ here. The location is marked by the pirate's blood led us to the entrance of a club. Faint music could be heard echoing out from behind the doors. Up in the club? We going up in the club? Y'all hear those tunes? We're gonna get some epic like EDM music while we're fighting some of the people in the club. That'd be awesome. That'd be sick. So this is the place.
우리 중에 이런 요란한 클럽 가본
Any of
사람?
us been to a loud, flamboyant, deluxe dance club like this before? Well, if I had to guess, my bet would be on you. Because I realized whenever I was doing my ranking, the fact that Rodion comes in at like 7, even though that she's still like an insanely unlikable character, like I very much liked Rodion. That's why I try to quantify it in terms of like an A, B, C tier. Like Rodion is definitely I mean, honestly, should probably be an A tier. I don't know. It's hard when like 8 of the sinners are in A tier and just like 3 of them are in like D, F tier mode, you know? Oh, come on, a flashy bar like this at my back streets? I doubt I would have had much business back there. People would sometimes host secret backstreets parties, but Sonia somehow always caught on. So why are we talking about this? Don't you see, Dante? Bouncers at the gate. Another pirate man. Welcome. How many do you have with you today? 2. Come on, man. Don't you remember me? I'm on the list. My apologies. Please enter. Look, they're checking something with the guests before letting them in. We gotta squeeze in there all smooth somehow. Well, since Rhodia's out, next in line is...
뭐야?
Oh?
나?
What, me?
무슨 말 같지도
The hell are you
않은
blathering
소리야,
about? I'll
쟤?
smash your skull in!
나라면
I'd take
어느
that as a
정도는
compliment if I were
칭찬으로
Yuki.
받아들일 것-
그,
Shut up. Sorry to disappoint, but my syndicate was less
기다릴
about music and dance and more about blood, loyalty, things like that.
아쉽지만 저런 삐까뻔쩍한
I'm more of a small
곳보다는
watering hole or an old
서만
pub bloke than a
맛있는
fancy
낡은
clubber.
술집이.
Getting sloshed, drinking from old rickety tables. Yeah, that's more like it.
나
Me.
음악과 함께 울려
Music,
퍼지는
screams
비명.
of fear and pain, deluxe, walls painted red with blood, dance, people with crushed joints forced to dance.
그런 거는 클럽이
Yeah,
아니야.
that's not a club. Well, I can't think of anyone else then.
가보았다.
I have been to such a club
다소
quite often. You're joking.
농담이 아니다.
I am not. I fail to see why that is difficult for you to accept.
인생에서 즐길 거리를 찾으러 돌아다니는 무렵
It was merely one of the places I visited when I used to wander in search of life's joys. Alright, maybe Mersault's moving up. Mersault, you can be like C+ tier. Maybe you're growing on me. If you getting down, if I could see Mersault get down in the club, it might completely revamp my entire perspective on my ranking of him prior to this.
저 클럽의 절차를
A cursory observation of their procedures reveals that it is in fact a private club. As a general rule, visitors must receive a bouncer's permission prior to entry.
문지기들은 대체로
Ain't no party like an in-court party.
있었으며, 무기
Most
또한
bouncers are of above average mass and are likely to be armed.
이들 사이를
Key
무사히
elements of
지나다니
getting past their bouncers are.
일반적인 클럽이라면
You'd be right.
그게 맞는
If this was
말이겠지만
just any other club. Ishi. Ishmael walked past us and up to the club
이곳은
entrance.
조직의 보스가 있는
This is a
공간.
home to a leader of a
당연히
syndicate.
일반적이지 않은
The question you should be
방식으로
asking
입증하지
is,
않는 방식도
what are the
있을
other
테고.
ways of entering this
그
establishment?
답도
I'm sure that answer
조직은
lies with a syndicate member. Easy
단순하지
enough,
어떻게
right?
오셨죠?
What brings you here, if I may ask?
저는
I'm Queequeg's friend.
네가
You're
뭐라고?
whose friend?
퀴크
Queequeg.
그 이름을
You recognized that name, didn't you? At the mere mention of that name, the bouncer's expression changed from that of indifference to disbelief. Wait. The bouncer whispers something into the radio. Is he really gonna let us in?
당신이 정말 퀴퀵을 친구라는
Are you
건가?
truly a friend of this Queequeg? What the hell is a Queequeg? What is Queequeg?
그렇다면요.
Hello, Jade. What if I am?
지금 어디지?
Where is Queequeg?
보스께서
It's
물어보시다.
the boss asking.
그러니까
Right, so your boss is in the club,
다시
huh?
한번 묻는다.
I ask again, where is Queequeg?
쌍갈고리가 향하는 중.
The twin hooks are on our way. I repeat, we are... Thought we were trying to sneak in.
이 안에
No.
조직의 보스가 있는
I just want to know if their boss was home. We should be able to get all the intel we want from them. Who is this Queequeg? And what do we want with Queequeg? So what is up with y'all swords? Are these even swords? What am I even looking at? They're like sickles. Quite strange. Curved swords. It's a Skyrim reference for you. All right. Queequeg. Queequeg is how you pronounce it. They're a Polynesian character from Moby Dick. I see. Did you guys have all of this literary knowledge before you played Limbus, or did all of you just happen to be like, oh, I should probably actually like look this stuff up or read about it now that I play Limbus Company? Because you know we have quite a well-educated chat here, I must say. One may even call them hooks, if you will. Ah, maybe you may have a point. Because they're the Twin Hooks pirates. Zach, you are quite a sharp one. You are quite a sharp one, aren't you? Thank you for making this clear to me.
거기까지. 위험 요소 제거.
Devin Blocks is a very educational streamer. I try my best. You know, try to bring What is that? Whoa! That was sick. Where'd you learn that one from, Faust? Why are we just doing that now? But yeah, I try my best. Try to, you know, put a little bit of educational content out there into the world. Remember, guys, learning is Learning is fun and important. It's cool. Learning is cool, guys. Dude, where are these animations coming from? What is going on? What the hell? Faust has not been doing this prior to this fight. I guess she just started feeling herself or something. How does he have the new Faust but I don't? I'm salty. I told you I had to pull some strings on the back end. We got on our first tinfoil. What can I say? Next Oblivion stream soon. The plan is honestly the more that I've thought about it, it's probably just play through, you know, keep up with the Limbus, keep playing Limbus. Normal schedule, you know, it's not really a normal schedule right now. I'm still trying to figure that out. But whenever we are streaming, play Limbus, and then once we get to the end, you know, obviously because they're still coming out with new content, then start back up the Oblivion streams. Because once we get to a certain point, like once we get to the point where Limbus is like, you know, we've gotten to the point where everything that they've come out with, we've played, so we're just waiting for them to release new content, then I guess it's just going to be like we play other games and then just weave in Limbus content whenever we actually get to those parts, you know? Whenever that stuff actually comes out, we'll weave back in the Limbus content. But I think we still have a decent bit. Although I mean, we're already Canto V, and only the first part of Canto 8 just came out, right? So I think that maybe it is coming up sooner than I would think. Although we are at the start of Canto 5, so we're like halfway there, I guess. I think. I don't know. Calamari says, I've read Otis, Sinclair, Faust, Mersault, Gregors, Rodion, Ryoshu, Heathcliff, and Ishmael's book. That's insane. Are you like a librarian? Where are you finding all the time to read all these books? I mean, it is quite difficult to sit down and read classical literature, I must say. Like, it'd be way cooler to watch like a YouTube video documentary on the Odyssey than it is to actually read the book. I can't lie. I can't lie to you. Oh, I can't believe they're letting us in like this. Let's go. I want to correct him that the bouncers weren't letting us in. That they were either face down in some ditch or fleeing. We were just letting ourselves in. I guess I wasn't in the mood. Hey, you here with anyone? Yes, I have 12 companions with me. 12? There, get him! Ah, sorry for disturbing you. Okay, everyone, let's do the famous Marlin dance of our beloved Marlin port. Arms out, like this. Swing and lock, swing and lock. What's with all the booming bass? It feels as though the sound waves are vibrating my entire brain matter. Get out of my way or you'll all be sorry. Ishmael swung her mace, shattering a nearby table to pieces. And that was more than enough for the clubbers to realize the seriousness of the situation. They quickly ran out to the exit and vacated the club. Look, I think some people had said they don't think that the new Ishmael change is for the better. I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman who knows what she wants, knows how to articulate it properly, gets to the point quickly. All right, maybe that's some internalized misogynism. Misogynism? Is that the word? Maybe you think that all the ladies should be all, you know, they should be all nice and just sit pretty and not be able to talk about what they want, be assertive. All right. I think Ishmael, if she wants to be direct and forge her own destiny, she should be able to do whatever the hell she wants. Okay. So, you know, maybe you just need to check your interlatent ideas on why you think these certain things. How did this guy predict? What did I predict? Or did somebody else predict? What was predicted? I don't know, we might actually not have. I thought that we were gonna use up all of our Inca Fallon and then finish out today's stream with the Mirror Dungeon, but it appears that we're gonna be... Well, actually, I don't know how much Inca Fallon we have, but I think because we leveled up right at the start, we do have enough to continue until the end of stream, which is good. You predicted a very important thing and accident again. Okay, well, don't tell me. Don't tell me what I predicted correctly. I don't even know what I said. As I mentioned before, I usually just throw stuff till it sticks. Just throw stuff at the wall, and then sometimes, you know, you shoot your shot 100 times. At least one of them's gonna make it, right? It's because KJH blessed Devin with eldritch knowledge and absurd luck. It's in my DNA, baby. Can't handle this. This guy a boss? Is this Blackbeard? The legendary Blackbeard, or are you just a pirate with a beard? I'm not sure. Also, I am noticing almost all of our enemies have this easy breathing thing going on. I guess they must have like passives that are giving them a buff. Well, I don't know what it does. Let me see. Who are you, buddy? Oh, no, he's just a tough twin. Oh yeah, there is multiple of them. Tough twin hooks pirate. Oh, and these guys are poise based. That's the easy breathing. If this unit has poise, gain 5 poise upon clash win. Ain't that pretty handy? And they got some bleed synergies going on up in there. Devin is the primordial monkey with the typewriter. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take that title. He's like Osa. It's Devin's enlightened soul. Maybe so. Maybe I carried it over all the way from Funger. It is a possibility. Yeah, look at this. Look at how much Inca Fallon we still have. Nice. I'm glad. That might be the move, is build up modules so that whenever we do like start stream, I can use them to grind out XP tickets while also leveling up, and then we can bank enough Inca Fallon to continue to play through, you know, the Canto. We still yet to use the Lunacy to Inca Fallon conversion, which I think Will said that you can do 3 times, and it's like very much worth it. It barely costs anything. You'll easily get it back just by completing levels in the Canto. And we still have 1 Inca Fallon box, I think, just sitting around that we can use at some point too. Yeah, is Princess Rodion one of the only Rupture Bleed IDs? Or can I get more? Like, I think it'd be awesome to run, you know, instead of just having to specialize in Bleed or Rupture, just do both. You know, or just kind of have it like this hybrid team that we have right now, where we have a couple Rupture guys and a couple Bleed guys, and then Rodion's like the link. The missing link between them. So her animations are so cool. I definitely could see how the newer IDs seem like they definitely have more time put into them than the older ones. Both just in how they're designed, like being stronger, but also they seem like they're really good animations and all that. There is a Gregor one with the same premise as Rodion. Pregor? Give me Pregor! Give me Pregor! That would be so sick. I'd love to have a Gregor ID that... I mean, we still have the Zwei, and I do really like Zwei Gregor. I think Zwei is probably my favorite association. I've said before how cool I think the Zweihander is. So you just give it to anybody, I think automatically think that they're cool. Obviously, then you got the Incorpors, which are also super sick. But it would be nice to have, you know, I mean, because his ID that he has right now is just generally good. It would be nice to have one that actually synergizes though. Yeah. Priest Gregor specializes in both bleed and rupture at the same time, but it's very hard and mostly unsustainable. You'll just be using good units that aren't at their full potential. Gotcha. Hello, Aegis. We going on a trip to the sea? Well, we were. Well, actually, right now we stopped. We're in the club right now. It's our day off, Sinner's day off. Here at Limbus Company, we have, you know, mandated time off that the employees must take to go enjoy themselves up in the club. We're very progressive here. Very progressive. Take it though. It does seem like so far that our team is doing just fine though, without any other upgrades. I mean, I don't know how big. It's funny because, of course, we got the new Faust ID before we even started Canto V, so I don't really know how our team would be performing right now without the new Faust ID. But I do imagine that she is contributing quite a bit. Both her and the Rodion, I feel like, are probably carrying the rest of them. Carrying the rest of the squad. I probably should do. I mean, even... Oh no. I need to grind out enough thread to get her Uptie 4. How much is it to Uptie our Faust, Uptie 4? Just like, so we won't be getting any new shards until Walpurgis drops, because that's what we're saving our lunacy for. So we're not gonna be getting any shards from doing pulls. Oh, 150 thread and 50 Faust shards. I wasn't stupid enough to get rid of our Faust shards whenever I uptied her, did I? Did I convert her shards into thread? I don't think so. I think you guys would have yelled at me if I did. Okay. That's right, because yeah, it costs shards to uptie them to 4. And also I think you need shards maybe to uptie their egos. But that means that we should be holding on to everybody that we're using right now, like Gregor or anybody else that we use a lot but isn't currently Uptie 4, like all of our 3 stars especially. I need to be preserving that shardage for them, you know? It's easy to get shards, don't worry. Yeah, I'm just saying that we won't be getting it. It's easy to get them because you get them, especially, you know, from all the pulls. But we won't be doing the pulls until Walpurgis drops. Which I think is still like another month or something? Forgot what people said. You can get shards by farming mirror dungeons. Oh, that's right. I do remember that. Go that the time that we cleared it before. How did this happen? I guess he wasn't taking the clashes. Don't do it! Don't do it, Inclair. Wait, if he has... He does. If somebody's corroded and they have multiple skill slots from their speed, they get to use it multiple times? I think they do. That's pretty sick. Mirror Dungeons is honestly really boring, but anything for free shards. I actually really like the Mirror Dungeons. No, Honglu, watch out! Get down! No! Oh my god, he staggered. Is there ever a way? I know in Ruina, people would try and get me to run a one man team solo squad Because you had stuff like, what's it called? Like Lone Fixer and stuff like that you could attribute to the key page, and then you could put it like, you know, you give that to your freaking, your red mist, and she's got like the counter dice, and like she could go insane. Can you do that in Limbus? Can you ever run a one-person squad? Like, are there any IDs that work as like a solo team? Still works, depends on the ID. Yeah, you can solo here. Really? I'm trying to think of what they would need, because it's not like, you know, it's not like Runa where you can attribute passives and stuff like that. It's actually super good in later cantos. Because they get all of, for each sinner that you don't bring with you, you give like a free skill slot to another person, right? Every ID can solo in Mirror Dungeon, no joke. People have soloed Floor 10 Mirror Dungeon. Really? Okay. Mostly on bosses though. Yeah, that makes sense. I would expect it. It'd probably be difficult if you were fighting like a huge group of like 6 enemies. But one boss probably wouldn't be that bad. It'd be like boss v boss fight. That'd be sick. We might have to try that. If we get an ID that it works with, I'd be interested in trying that out. And just watching like them duel it out, mano y mano. That'd be so sick. Okay. You better tell us where your boss is before things turn ugly. Go drink some milk before you start tossing around threats like that, laddie. I'm serious. Talk of the next thing he smashes your skull. Okay, let's calm down. Captain ain't here. The hostages you're looking for, the first mate should know. Directions. The last room at the end of that corridor. Go. Not that way. Get out of this club. Oh, I'm sorry. Oi, kid, you're getting better at this, aren't you? I don't want to get complimented for doing stuff like this. I just think we have to get to the hostage as soon as possible. See, look, it's even catching on. Because Ishmael went badass mode, that means that Sinclair's trying to pick up the pace as well. I like it. All right, it's breathing confidence and morale into our squadron. That's what I like to see. Did you do pulls yesterday? We did, Yuoki. We pulled the new Faust. Ooh, you've certainly made a mess out there. Tell me, who sent you? A rival captain? Are you looking to collect my head for the bounty? So you're the boss here. Yeah, I'm Smee. First mate of the Twin Hook Pirates. Heard you wanted to see me. What, want an autograph? We were last informed that you were the second in command. We seek your superior. Tell us their whereabouts. Oh, that asset has to be drowning in bottles of fairy wine somewhere. 3 sheets of the wind. So I pretty much run this joint. De facto and all, you know. And you gotta understand our predicament. The perfume business has never been the most lucrative venture at this port. So we're looking to branch out. A purely business decision. Devised by none other than yours truly. Understood. So you must have the information we seek. We are in search of a certain individual held hostage by this establishment. Hand over the information regarding his whereabouts. Hostage? Oh, what a crude choice of words. We prefer to call him our guest. Guest? Yep. Well then, how about a deal? Tell me everything you know about Queequeg, and I'll see to it that the guest you're looking for is safely returned. Besides that guest of ours, he's a big shot, ain't he? LC something's team leader. How is it that every single like higher up or like person in authority that we talk to, they're always trying to strike a deal? Like, we just murdered our way all the way straight up to you. Why are they so calm? Shouldn't they be a little bit scared? Are we that unassuming? All right, are all of the sinners just not scary in the slightest? I feel like probably by the time that we get here too, everybody's like covered and drenched in blood. The blood of their enemies and themselves. They've watched us literally revive, come back to life. I feel like she should be a little bit more on edge, you know? Oh, and one of you's a friend of Queequeg, right?
퀵해그에 대해 알고
Tell me
있는 건
everything you
전부
know
말.
about Kikeg.
지금 어디서 뭘 하고 있는지 주위에
What
만나는
she's up to,
사람은
who she's with,
제일
the last
최근에
thing she said to
남겼던
you.
말이
I want to hear all of it.
누가 이 거래에서
I'm sure there's no need to
유리한지.
remind you who's got the upper hand here.
정말
But they don't!
말할 수
We're
있어.
invincible! No one has the upper hand! You can keep getting revived forever and ever and ever! We definitely have the upper hand! We just need to accept the fact that everyone here is immortal except for Dante. And also at this point, they should probably be aware of the fact that they have plot armor. Alright? The sinners should be very well aware of the fact after 4 cantos, 4 adventures, there's definitely some plot armor stuff going on here. Come on now. I wish I could tell you, I really do. Oh, that's true, they have the hostage. They do have the upper hand. Because even if we kill them, then they kill the hostage. It's like old Rainbow Six Siege. They're gonna fuse the site and kill the hostage. Okay. Okay. Maybe we should take it a little bit slower.
내 뒤로.
Don't want to act too rashly here now. Are we just fighting them? Because Ishmael was just like, oh, I wish I could tell you, and now we're fighting pirates again? Did we decide we're just gonna kill this lady? I think we might have. Haha, can't wait until Devin sees the BB.
거기까지.
The bad boys? The brown balonies? The boisterous barbacoa? Brazilian butt lift? That's a BBL. Although I don't know if the L's... Is butt lift a compound word or is it 2 words? I'm not sure. The L may not be needed.
굵게 있어 그럼.
The BB. Devin's going to be flabbergasted by the BB. The BB might break Devin or he'll lock in and utilize soloing. What the hell is this BB? Is it the Brazilian butt lift? The Brazilian butt lift of evil? Maybe that's the boss that we're going after right now. The big bad? The Beyblade. How are there so many double B words? There's a strange pattern emerging here. Okay, I'm still not seeing Pirate Lady. Dude, Inclair is so sick. It does seem like he usually is the one dealing the most damage, like, out of the team. But it must be, like, he hasn't made top charts in a while. It's consistently been the new Faust ID and our Rodion. Our Princess Rodion.
거기까지.
I think they just mostly deal their damage through, like, status effects and, you know, bleeds and ruptures and stuff like that. Faust is just straight up big damn, you know? It's just much more direct. He just hits you for like 92 damage to the face. We don't need to elaborate anymore on the MBB. Yeah, MB. I guess I'll figure it out. I'll figure out the BB on my own. I appreciate you guys holding back, divulging this information. Oh, hello there, Twin Hook Pirates first mate Smee. Good to see you. What do? Do you have any like special passes? Are you just one of? I mean, you can't really be a real boss. Oh, she has ammo. I think we actually had an ID at some point that was using ammo. One of the first IDs that we got was an ammo utilizer, but we haven't used them in so long that I completely forgot about it. Same ones. Gains lots of poise. Gets a coin boost by getting a crit. Heals herself. It can't be a real boss battle if it's not a focus fight. I'm sorry. I wish that we had a focus battle going on here, but alas, you give us a silly little battle here. That's gonna be an easy breezy win. I think fights like this, they must just be purely designed. Like, if you give me a boss fight that's not a focus battle, I assume it's just meant to act as, like, a roadblock if your guys aren't leveled up high enough. That's the only reason that you would lose this, is that your team is too low level, right? I think that even with mostly level 35s, I think we've got this one in the bag here. We have not generated, like, any... Oh, no, we did generate some there. Nice. I was gonna say, we have not generated almost any of those special passive stacks on Faust yet. I hope that we get, like, one big, long, drawn-out battle. How do they always survive? We murdered you! I saw Faust come with a sword. She was like, ka-ching! Sliced you in half. And it's like, you wait for a second, and then it's like, she snaps her fingers, and then, like, your body, like, slides off, like... How do they always survive the post-battle, to the post-battle dialogue? Just murder. Murder them. It was LCCB-ish. Thank you, points. That is who it was. Like, what is going on here? Wait, you better stay away. Lay a finger on me and you'll regret it. You have no idea who's looking out for me. What? It's... Don't freak out now. A big brother? B. From the middle. Oh, BB. This wouldn't be Ricardo, would it? Is Ricardo the BB? And this key keg? The middle put a pretty hefty bounty on her head. On her pretty head. In case you didn't know. She not only dared to quit the middle, but also decided to fall off the face of the earth. And that's what you call prime stupidity. Even that the middle never forgets. Okay, are you finished? Wait, really? You're still going to kill me? It's our mess. I'm not about to leave any loose threads behind. It's the middle we're talking about. The middle. Don't you know who they are? Wait, fine. Fine, I'll tell you where your friend is. The shipping container you're looking for. We keep our living hostages in the shipping containers marked with a green triangle. Since he's a recent catch, you can go find him on the east side, probably. This is like Squid Game. Green triangle, huh? What if there's more than one of those? What if it's in a different shade of green? What if you're just lying to get out of a pinch? You should be able to tell. You should be able to tell right away. I'm serious, please. There you have it. I said it's more than enough confirmation. Happy now, Sinclair? Sinclair was frowning, but Ishmael didn't seem to care. She stood there, rubbing the wrist of her weapon arm. It almost appeared as though she was measuring the amount of strength needed to turn Smee's head into a pulp in one fell swoop. Wait, killing her could cause us a lot of trouble. We know where the hostage is. I think that's good enough. Let's head back. I don't feel the need to convince you, Manager. Kindly get out of my way. I don't want to waste any more time on this. You know what else is a waste of time? Killing me. How about we just go back on our merry ways, huh? I disagree. Ishmael! I can be pretty fast. Ishmael's eyes were still lost and wandering. She swung back her harpoon arm, ready to strike, and... before I even realized what I was doing, I was leaping in the way. Dante? Dante, don't do this.
관리자님!
Executive Manager!
미쳤어요?
Dante, are you insane?
미친 게 누구냔 말이다.
You're the one who's insane. You dare lay your hands on our executive manager. Was insubordination not enough? Smart choice. If you killed me, a big brother or even a big sister would have gone after you. I recalled the time when The exact opposite happened. When Ishmael leapt in front of me, taking the malfunctioning machine's bullets in my place, and called my name as her body liquefied, as though she had faith that my name alone could make everything right again.
방금 저
Did you
새끼를
just
감싸준 거예요?
did you just take a harpoon for that bitch?
조금만 더 옆으로
If I aimed a
갔으면
bit to the
당신
side,
머리가
I would have hit you in the
터졌을
face, you
거라고요.
stupid
이게
clock
내가요?
face. Do you understand? Yeah, I do. Boy, you really did wet the heck out of that harpoon. This really hurts.
뭔
Can you please stop it with your stupid goddamn quips? Executive manager.
방금 처자의 행동.
Her words and actions just now are more than enough to constitute a full-on mutiny. She made an attempt on the life of her direct superior. I can no longer sit idly by and watch, though you may not have the punitive authority. Like, why is Otis even involved in this? Why is she here? Like, this is not, it's just so weird. Why, she's such, I'm telling you. I don't like the glaze, alright? Stop the glazing. Get out of a situation that you have no authority to be in. This does not concern Otis at all. What is she doing here?
지금 당장 윗선에
We must make a detailed report of these incidents and relay it to the higher-ups of the company to discuss our further actions. Like, get out! It's okay, Otis. I chose to get in her way.
괜찮지 않습니다.
This is not okay. That individual has consistently and repeatedly caused serious setbacks to our mission.
선을 넘었단 말입니다.
And that executive manager is crossing the line. Otis, I said it's okay. I didn't take the harpoon for that woman. I took it for Ishmael.
이제
What did you flip a switch and decide to become a humanitarian all of a sudden? You never had to dirty your hands with a drop of blood, not even once. You just sat back and ordered us to bloody ours in your stead. And now you're telling us to what? Ease up on the murders? What are you even trying to say? That you don't want us to get traumatized anymore? Some touchy-feely shit like that? No, it's just my intuition. That probably wasn't very convincing, was it? No, of course not. Intuition comes from experience, from memories. You remember Jack all from before the clock, Dante. How can I trust your intuition? That woman. I think she's in a pretty important position of power, at least in this district. Killing her before thinking things through could complicate things. Did it not occur to you that not killing her could also complicate things? I just think killing everyone in our way left and right like this won't help us in the future. In the future, huh? Sorry, I don't have any better explanation for what I just did. I don't know how far in the future you're talking about, but I'm sure we have different things in store for us there, Dante. Dante, do not ever put yourself at risk in such a manner again. Come on, that advice coming from one of you guys? Not very convincing. Responsibility of 12 lives weigh upon your shoulders, Dante. Thus you must watch yourself 12-fold. Doubly so, in that should you perish, we do not possess the means to bring you back. And ones that cannot be brought back, leave behind an unbearably painful void. Yi-sung was right. My shoulder was an unbearable amount of pain.
시계대거리.
Oi, you up? Alright, clockhead. Yeah, I'm good. The clock still works.
아니
What?
내 말은
That's not what I... Ah, loony bugger.
이제 보니 너도
You're not all there either. Or maybe it just took you a while to lose it, eh?
문제일 줄 알았더니
And here I thought we at least had one sane person on the bus, but you're no different. Heathcliff shook his head and walked away. I like by Heathcliff saying that means that Heathcliff himself also does not consider himself a sane person. Which, you know, at least he does have that amount of, you know, self-consciousness. Self-conscientiousness. Do we still have the ampules from K-Corp? Did we ever get any of those? Those, I think, would be quite handy. Self-awareness. Yes, that was the word I'm looking for. At least he is aware of the fact that he's also not a sane person on this bus. What was I gonna say? Do we still have any of those ampules from K-Corp? Oh, they erased everybody's memories. Well, they didn't erase... Yeah. I mean, they tried to erase Dante's, but Dante remembers. It'd be really, really nice to have some of those on hand, considering that we can't bring back Dante if he dies, you know? You think all of these shipping containers are full of...
뭐가 들어있을지는 상상.
Right, let's try not to linger on that thought. I try my best to not speculate about what terrible things the pirates might be hiding in that mountain of shipping
거기
containers.
누구냐?
A
여긴
literal
어떻게 알고 온 거야?
mountain of bodies. Hey, who's there? How'd you find this place?
우린 이 초록색
Hey,
컨테이너만
we're just here to check
열어보고
out that
바로
shipping container with the
갈게.
green triangle
가자.
over there. It'll be right out of your hair, okay? Let's take them out before anything worse happens to our agent. It does kind of suck. I mean, I guess it is just all part of the game. And like they do kind of intersperse the fights with like the cool dialogue and story and everything. But it's like you could consolidate these cantos into like 10 levels instead of it being, you know, 36 of them.
내 뒤로.
Because there's always like 15 to 20 levels of just, you know, fighting absolute nobodies that contribute to nothing. Unfortunately not. Are they smiling? No, I think it may be an aberration. Don't those exist out here? What if the whale is actually gonna be the abnormality that's like the final boss of this canto? That would be sick. I don't know how that would work, because obviously the whale existed like before all the abnormality stuff was going on, I think. Maybe like it ate the Golden Bough and it's gonna be like transformed, you know? It's actually what they started to do with Canto V onward. When it is long, it's because it has a bunch of story content. Got you. Yeah, I mean, I guess it would be... I wonder what the ratio is. How much of Limbus Company is like the visual novel component and how much of it is actually like fighting and like playing the game? Because like, you know, Lobotomy Corp and Ruina, those had much more actual in-game content than there was the visual novel aspect. But it does feel like to me that Limbus is actually, there's more visual content. You spend more time just reading the story than you do actually playing the game. Which, I mean, I don't necessarily mind. I know I love my, you guys know how much I love the Limbus story.
오늘 부끄럽지 않았습니다. 의의를 바로
But,
세우는
oh,
게
level
좋아했어요.
25, thank you very much.
내일은 더 떳떳이
I'm gonna convert
살아갈
some
수
of these to
있겠군요.
modules. No, I guess I should save. I'll save it for now. I won't use it.
천천히 가자니까.
I feel like it's probably like 75% visual novel, 25% actually fighting and playing the game. Although I don't know, maybe not. It's just the fact that you get through these fights so easily, especially if you have good units. It doesn't take very long. You just win rate your way to victory, so. We might, I think I'm gonna decide to, I have to make the decision. I think we might do a mirror dungeon in between part 1 and part 2 of this canto. That might be like our new method. I want to incorporate more mirror dungeon stuff, because I actually really enjoyed the ones that we've done so far. And now that we're getting farther into the game, I believe like each canto you clear, you get new packs for the mirror dungeons. God, I keep hitting my microphone. I'm sorry. And so the best way to incorporate them might be doing it that way, you know? Kalmar says, by technicality, Honglu's memories weren't erased? Are these light spoilers, Calamari? What does this mean? Why would Honglu's memories not be erased? Actually, don't tell him. Don't tell him. Is this something that gets revealed later? Does Honglu actually have an eidetic memory? Can he not forget the past? Or was he just, did he just blink whenever they used the neuralizer? Hello, Polyrem. Mister, can you teach me to play this game? I don't know if you want me to be your Limbus company trainer. I don't know if there might be people out there more aptly suited for the role. I mean, what I've learned so far is win rate. Win rate when not dealing with boss fights, 95% of the time is advisable. Uptie your high-starred units as quickly as possible and get them leveled up. And I think that's kind of it. And when you are facing bosses, use speed to your advantage to stagger them. Stagger a body part before the clash actually occurs. You don't even have to deal with the clash. I think that's a big one. I think I could have done a pretty decent job of teaching how to play Ruina. Now, deck building and passive attribution to Ruina, maybe not my strong suit. But if you were to just give me like the best deck for whatever situation we were dealing with and like the best, you know, units and lore to use and all of that, I feel like I could pilot it in a way that is at a top tier level, you know? Maxim asks, is there any teams you are planning on building? Yeah, so currently, it's just based off of the IDs that we have available to us right now, but we want to have, obviously we have the Bleed team right now that we're running, that we have been running for a while. A Rupture squad would be really good. We could use both Princess Rodion and the new Faust ID in there. And we have a lot of Poise IDs that I'd like to make. So those are the three, I think, that I would like to get enough support and synergizations to actually put out there and use. I'm a new player. I thought this game was going to be similar to Ruina, but it's kind of different. Yeah, it is. I mean, the idea of clashing is still quite similar, but I think they just updated the tutorial for the game, which I had already gotten past, like right before they updated it. So I think that the new update is supposed to make the tutorial better and actually like help you understand the game, you know? This one. It's got to be this shipping container. And here should be the LCCB team captain.
정말 죽는 줄 알았습니다.
Pichot! I really thought I was done for.
저는 이번 작전에 투입된
Name's Pilot, LCCB Preliminary Observation Unit 3 Assistant Manager.
팀장이 아니었어요?
Wait, you're not the team leader? But the pirates said they captured the LCCB team leader.
뭡니까?
Hey, I'm standing right here. What's up with the obvious disappointment?
구해주셔서 감사합니다.
Anyways, thank you for saving my life. I heard so many stories about y'all, the LCB, huh? What kind of stories, I wonder? Happy to make your acquaintance, sirs and ladies. I've been a huge fan ever since I joined the company. Why are y'all looking at me like that? Long story short, there was a whole mess with this other guy who claimed to be a fan, so yeah, you gotta understand. Oh, I've got a message to deliver you guys. Hey, I bet you guys are chaotically running around somewhere in Newcorp like headless chickens and messing everything up. Time for OOF. Wait, I'm just delivering the message exactly as she said in intonations and all. Watch out, don't you think it should have been better to start with, and I quote? And tell us who this she is too? Abbreviations and omissions are two completely different things. I'll let this one slide, fledgling. Just this once. Who she is? Well, of course it's none other than Manager Miss Sauda herself. What? Sauda's alive? Manager, did she get promoted?
아직 재활 중에 계십니다만
She's still in recovery, but after team arrived just in the nick of time and treated her wounds, saving her life. I'm glad it wasn't just a posthumous promotion. Manager Sod wanted to meet all of y'all too, but couldn't make it on account of her being on a different mission. I'm glad she's okay. Is Saud okay? Of course, it wasn't the smoothest recovery, but she's now healthy enough to eat some grub and hold a lengthy conversation. That's great, but I was asking because she lost her partner right before her eyes. Oh. Pilot produced a piece of old folded paper and began reading from it.
LCCB 사원 여러분들은 한 번 더 기억해
This is a
주시기
reminder,
바랍니다.
all CCB employees, we, the before team, are assigned the paramount task of clearing the path before anyone else does. Every bloody step, every flesh given becomes another stepping stone for your fellow Limbus company employees to follow into the future. That's the very first line from the new hire training guide we were issued. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of the sacrifices we make. Most of my coworkers at LCCB just wanted to make a quick buck before quitting and saying I'm the odd one though.
희생이 자랑스러워.
You're proud of sacrifice?
진심이에요?
Seriously?
사사이스.
Now, Ishi, what? You want sardine whale flavored ice cream? No way, me too. Why don't we head out and get some together? Hey, let me go. Let me. God, how are you so strong? Rodeo grabbed Ishmael's arm and began practically dragging her outside. Well, just in case she gets into another fight. I decided to sneakily follow them from a distance.
자꾸 그러면 분위기 너무 처지잖아.
Ishi, you gotta stop bringing down the mood like that. We saved his life, didn't we?
상태가 안 좋은 건 알겠는데.
Like, I saw it as alive.
참자니까.
It's insane. I still stand by the fact that there was absolutely no reason for Effie to die. Which also adds to my case against Otis being useless and not a nice person, and verifies the fact that I don't think that she should really be high up on my list. There was actually absolutely no reason at all for us to chop off Effie's head. We could have very easily just... Effie would have definitely died. No, he wouldn't. Faust did it... How long were we in the basement for? Was it more than 3 days? Because Faust literally told... She says, whenever we walk up there, Faust says... It would approximately take like 2 to 3 days for him to fully succumb to his wounds. Yeah, he would die an agonizing death over the course of 3 days. We definitely could have cleared out all of the incorpors in that time, and then brought our boy Effie to go get some help. There was definitely time to make it happen. Would you want him to suffer for that long? If he would have gotten brought back to life, he could have survived. And I think at that point, if you're like suffering on a stake, like if you're just like bleeding out to death, you probably like your body's probably like shutting down, or like, you know, you're in a coma or something. I think that we could have saved him. I still stand by it. Definitely we could have saved Effie. But beyond the point. I understand that things are a bit rough right now, but let's be a bit more patient, okay?
저건 그냥 세뇌잖아요.
Rodion, that back there, that's just indoctrination. They're brainwashing them.
개 죽음일 수 있다는
No one
걸
wants to admit
아무도
they're just
인정하고
throwing
싶지
themselves into a
않아서
meat grinder. So they
희생이라고
wrap that
포장만
neatly in
하네요.
the name of self-sacrifice.
알아.
I know.
그럼
Then why?
하지만 그렇게라도
People
생각해야
need a way to
현대에서는
endure that
사람들이
reality
있지
and go on
않겠어.
living somehow.
당장에 돈
Some people
버는
live
거야
from paycheck to
사라지는 사람들도
paycheck.
있을 거고.
Sometimes they just don't have a choice.
저 의욕 넘치는
Let's hear out our
친구한테
overzealous
빨리
friend. How about
전화를
that?
애새끼 달래듯이
Don't talk down to me like you're
그러지
coddling
마세요.
some baby.
저희가 그럴 정도의
We're not
사람은
that
아니잖아요.
close, Rodion.
휘둘려주는 것도
But I'll listen just
이번
this
건
once.
알았어.
Fine, fine. Rhodia seemed to have noticed I was following them along. She signaled me with a quick wink. And I was able to return to where the other sinners were before they did. I don't like this tension between the sinners. They're supposed to be best friends, guys. I just want them to be best friends. Is that so bad? Okay, y'all. Well, that gets us to the first part, right? Or no? No, never mind. It's so weird. I still don't know why they do this. The progress bars should be the same for the lunacy progress. Should be the same as the checkpoint barriers. Okay, we're gonna play up until 5:19 today. We still have a little bit to go before we reach the end of this first part.
고래 아이스크림 둘이서만 먹고 온 것이요.
This is like telling someone to stay on a warp train. It is. It's in your best interest to stay on a warp train. If your mind gets erased after you get off the warp train, then it is in your best interest to stay on the warp train. I think that, yeah, we should have left Effie on the stake. And then we could, and you can literally, yeah, if you can erase people's memories in Limbus universe, it's almost always, the only thing that matters is keeping somebody alive. You can just erase their memories of all of the pain that they endured. That actually only boosts my point further. Just injustice that thou hast left me out of thine ice cream, Sean.
여기는 영 맛이 별로야.
Tasted like
지려.
fish, not worth the
민어를
walk.
팔아놓나?
Maybe they put ground mermaid in there. Ground mermaid in ice cream?
이렇게 많은 사람이 보고 있으니까.
Boy, I'm nervous. What an audience, huh?
정말
T-O-S-T-O-O-F. I'm sorry.
말해달래.
Talk.
싱.
S-F-S. Ha, or suffer the obliteration of forehead.
알려주셔서
I appreciate you
고맙습니다.
translating it. I feel a bit better.
왜냐하면 방금
She reminded me a lot of our LCC before team director just now. Must be a hell of a boss, huh?
그러니까
Where do I
저희도
begin?
황금가지가 있는
It took us a hot minute to pinpoint the location of the Lobotomy Corp branch housed in the Golden Bough, actually. Me and my teammates, we ran a pretty tight ship. The twin hook pirates of U-Corp backstreets caught wind of us sniffing around. Listen here, lad. This may be the cheapest bottle of oil in all the Great Lake, I tell you. What? How? That's ridiculous. You like telling me that this whale oil of dubious origin is worth how much? Wait. Yeah, no wonder. You pretty much antagonized them to their faces. Okay, in my defense, those fellas were about to rob us blind. I mean, couldn't you have just paid a bit of money for some intel, though?
아무튼
Well, anyway, after a thorough search, we identified the exact location of the Lobotomy Corp branch with the Golden Bough. Did you find the Golden Bough?
그
Yup,
유명한
saw that fabled golden light too. Too bright yet not too bright, was it? I had to see with my own two eyes to understand what that meant. Boy, what an incredibly incandescent glow that was, even from deep within the Lobotomy Corp branch ship. Observation check. Confirmation check. All we had left to do on the docket was the report. Oh, our job, by the way, was advanced reconnaissance to confirm the presence of the Golden Bough. They say that plenty of advanced reconnaissance teams encounter abnormalities or get wiped out in the process. We were about to make our return journey considering the mission was a resounding success when...
그 해적놈들에게 덜미를 잡고
So those pirates followed you guys there, huh?
현장의 하루 팀장님은
Team leader Haru assured us that nothing was out of the ordinary and that these interruptions by opposing parties happen all the time. But... So I don't really care what you're doing all the way out here on this creepy ship, but this gentleman here was rather curious about what business you guys were up to, so I tagged along. No objections, hmm? Pilot's face turned pale with fear for the first time since he started recounting the story.
팀장님의
That's
손에서
when I heard the weapon slip out of our team leader's hand and onto the ground.
팀장님,
Our team leader, an experienced field agent with a decorated track record,
포기를 모르는
I've never seen her give up like that. She ain't the kind to just be so easily rattled.
돌아봐 팀장님 표정을 보니
So I turned to look at her,
그건
and the look on her face was...
허탈함이었습니다.
I say that was a look of resignation.
그러고 남긴 말이 있었겠죠.
Would I be correct in assuming that she had something to say at that moment?
이번 작전은 실패했다.
Mission failed verbatim.
대체 누구를 받길래
Who'd she
그렇게
see
반응한
to
거야?
immediately give up like
이곳에
that?
중지 간부가 있어서는
An
안
officer from the middle shouldn't be here. Again, verbatim.
엄청나게
I'm guessing the guy had like a huge fancy tattoo that glowed purple.
어떻게 아셨습니까?
Oh, how'd you know?
제일 먼저 눈에
That was the
들어온
very
건
first thing I noticed about him,
알수
actually.
없는 문양의
That weird looking purple glowing tattoo.
그래도
So I
저는
thought that maybe, just maybe, we had a shot. We're Unit 3 after all. We weren't no slouches. We had some impressive names with us.
그럴 리가 있나.
You
그
didn't.
이후로는
And I do not recall much after
정신을
that.
차렸을 때는 제 뺨이 바닥에 붙어 있었습니다.
That's him! That's the coat! Ricardo? Ricardo? Is this him? When I came to, I was on the floor face down.
처음엔 아무 소리도
At first I
들리지
thought I'd
않았다고
gone deaf and couldn't hear a
생각했습니다.
thing. You know when a bomb goes off right next to you, your ears start ringing and all. Thought I'd burst my
고막이
eardrums.
터졌다고 하지만 그게 저희
But that wasn't it, no.
고함과 비명이
It was my team, shouting and screaming, shouting and screaming, and all of it combined into some kind of incomprehensible cacophony. Just couldn't register that at first.
그걸 구분할 수 있게 되니까
Once I recognized that, I also noticed a deep rumbling echoing underneath all that.
울림이 있다는 마치 지부 먼
A
발치에서
bizarre,
울려 퍼지고
terrible
있는 듯한
rumbling. It sounded like it was echoing from a place far away from the beach. Beach? Is that what that said? Branch. That was definitely not beach. Bizarre rumbling.
예, 마치
Yes,
폭발 소리
ma'am. It
같았습니다.
was almost like a distant explosion. It seemed like others were picking up on that odd noise too. The pirates suddenly started acting all nervous. Even the big brother from the middle was rattled.
형님?
They all called
너
him
확실하게
Big
들은
Brother.
거야?
Did you hear that right? I guess there really was a big fish
아까
looking out for the
해적
pirates. Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear, they called him Big Brother. I wonder how those fools are doing nowadays.
돈이 될 만한 놈들만 챙기고 돌아가.
Take only the high-value hostages. We're leaving. Now.
저건 오재앙 중 하나야.
That right there is one of the 5 calamities. We have to book it before that thing gets here. We're all dead meat if we don't.
하나 더 기억나는 건
One last thing I remember is our team leader. Right before I lost consciousness, the team leader, she stuck her employee card badge to my chest when the pirate wasn't looking. Back then, I didn't understand what she was doing. But now that I had some time to think about it, she did that so I'll look more valuable. So they'll take me hostage instead of leaving me to die. He was just a rookie. To summarize, every LCCB agent was either injured or unconscious. The middle got involved out of nowhere, and there was a calamity that even the middle bloke was scared of.
씨, 지부의 좌표를
Can
전달해
you give
주실
us
수
the
있을까요?
coordinates to the Lobotomy Corp branch, Mr. Pilot? Little potato. I am the one who goons? One amongst many, my friend. One amongst many. Oh, of course. Pilot produced a piece of paper that had been folded over many times and handed it over to Faust. It's all right there, ma'am. Down to every last bit of detail you'll need. I hid it from them to the best of my abilities. I'm glad that I was able to complete my mission at least.
잠깐만요. 그
Wait,
제안 말인데요.
that calamity.
다른 특징
Was there
같은
anything
거
else about it that
어떤 게
stood
있을
out?
텐데.
There's gotta be more. Pale.
분명 흰색인데.
It was white. An off-white color unlike anything I'd ever laid my eyes on before. It was a towering and pallid, and all that rumbling. I'm sure I've heard it before. Ah, right, reminded me of U-Corp Singularity. That rumbling sounded a lot like them tuning forks when they combine stuff together. Yeah, almost there. Let me tag along with y'all. I could be your guide in the Lobotomy Corp branch.
LCCB와의 작전 통행은
Indeed,
예정되어 있던
this was to be a
사항이었습니다.
joint operation with the LCCB, where they were supposed to accompany us to the Lobotomy Corp branch. What is your decision, Dante? Tell him that while I appreciate his offer, I decline. People that get involved with us often don't make it out in one piece.
우리가 너 살려준
We
거야.
just saved your life, mate. Show us some gratitude. Thank
파일럿
you?
씨는
Mr.
LCA 팀이
Pilot,
도착할 때까지
remain on standby
대기하시다가
until the after team
본부로
arrives,
돌아가셔서
then return to base and
보고를
report your
부탁드립니다.
findings. Ah, so they declined, huh? The stories were true. I don't hear nothing but the ticking of their clock. Executive manager, and their endless generosity, has also deigned to thank you for the offer. Remember that as you return.
알겠습니다.
Alright.
그럼
Well, thanks then.
몸 조심하십시오.
Best of luck to y'all.
그럼 제가 얻을 건
That's all I
얻었으니까.
needed. Bye. Ishmael was the first to leave the room. Well, this meeting was pretty short-lived.
얘기 안부 전해줘.
But say hello to Saud for us, will you? And please tell her that I'm thankful for what she did to us. Did for us. Back then,
그런 얘기도
I couldn't bring myself to tell her even that. I'll be sure to tell her that. You have endured well despite the tribulations, Pilot.
오,
Oh, Yisung, how kind of you.
누군가는 이
It
말을
appeared to me
남겨줘야
that
할
he
것
deserved
같았어.
such words.
저희 팀원들이
I want to see my team
무슨
again.
막내라고
They were all so kind to me, me being the rookie of the team and all. Maybe there are survivors at the Lobotomy Corp branch. Pilot's eyes, which had been welling up for a while, eventually broke like a dam. Tears flowed down his cheeks to the ground.
우리가 꼭 구해 보이겠어.
No. We shall bring them home. You have my word.
네,
And mine too.
반드시 이번에야말로.
We won't fail again.
파일럿 씨가 전달하신
I have
로보토미
examined the
지부의
variable
공동 좌표를
coordinates
확인해
Mr.
보았습니다.
Pilot provided us. What exactly are variable coordinates?
저희가 찾고 있는
Ships
로보토미
beyond a
지부는
certain magnitude,
청새
like our
지향
Lobotomy
장치,
Corp branch or the
기능과
Marlin
표현들을
Port, receive partial laws of the Great Lake and encrypted form from U-Corp.
유사로 등지안의 대우수의 규칙에 대한 탑 정보는
Stop getting screen time before you die, bro. This is Project Moon. You make a good point. I don't know. I didn't pick up on any of that, though. I don't think they're killing off Pilot. Not yet. Maybe they will eventually. But I does feel like they're not killing him off just yet, despite the amount of dialogue they just gave him. U-Corp holds a strict monopoly on the intel regarding the laws of the Great Lake within the nest. Of course, the vessels that receive the intel pay various prices for that privilege.
그렇게 전달받은
They use the
부분적인
partial
데이터의
information to
정보를
calculate at which location their vessels must be during a
언제
specific
어디에
period
위치해야
to ensure a safe
호수의
voyage
규칙에서
and
안전하게
finalize into a
귀속할
standardized form known as variable
공동적
coordinates.
항구선의 경우는
Port ships
많은
often send out their
고객을
coordinates to
제외하니
other vessels,
그런
as they want to
좌표를
host as many
수시로
guests as
선박들에게
possible.
전송하지만
But vessels that prioritize privacy and secrecy, like the former L-Corp branch in question, will never do so.
그러면 로보토미 지부는
So
뭔가
the Lobotomy
보물섬
Corp branch we're
같은
looking
거니까
for is
분명
kind of like a
안 하는
treasure ship, huh?
자보다 비싸게 거래되는
There's gotta be a black market out there for people willing to pay big money for its coordinates. Impressive deduction. Also, unlike normal coordinates, variable coordinates are composed of lengthy and encrypted codes. Therefore, vessels sailing across the Great Lakes start by entering the variable coordinates of their destination. Based on that information, said vessels will follow a certain route chart via the automated navigation system that periodically confirms the current location of their destination.
우와, 뭔가 어려운 말이
Wow, that's a lot of big words. So basically, if we enter the information we got from Mr. Pilot here, we can somehow find our way to the Lobotomy Corp branch? It's useless in the waters of the outskirts, beyond the borders of U-Corp. Indeed, but the Lobotomy Corp branch is within U-Corp's borders. We will have no trouble analyzing the vessel's travel patterns as long as we have its variable coordinates. Gotcha. Let's get a move on then. Yi-Sung and Sinclair nodded with determination, while the other sinners followed suit and hurried on. Though I didn't catch a clear view, I think Ishmael nodded too. She's coming back. We're winning Ishmael back. Okay. I don't think there's any chance that we're getting like obviously they're making a transition from where we just were with the pirates, whatever the next part of this canto is. So I don't think there's any chance that we're getting to 519 today. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and convert all of our Inca now, and we'll save the rest of this for tomorrow. Also, I'm quite hungry. All right, I would like to about to go fry some chicken up in the kitchen. So I think that I would like to stop here. We did get a lot of our missions done though. I guess I should probably check these whenever we do. Clear an EXP luxivation one time? I thought we already did that. Or maybe the dailies reset in the middle of our stream today. It might be. And then what are our weeklies? Clear thread luxivations 5 times, enter the mirror dungeon 1 time. Okay, I need to remember to do this as well. When does the weekly reset? Oh, ego shard crates. That's big. We need those. We're gonna need all the shards we can get because that's also just straight up thread. Oh, and we can use them on whoever we want. It's a nominable ego shard crate. We need to save up for Faust, right? We need Faust shards? Nice. Okay, people say we need 50 shards. Obviously we only have 23 right now, but we're making progress then. It says 2 days. It says when you select it. Huh? 2 Ds left. Ah, the Ds. Okay. Then yeah, we're gonna have to get in a mirror dungeon for next stream. Which I guess I don't even really know when that's gonna be. I'll put out the new stream schedule later today, and obviously have it all scheduled on YouTube and on, well, the Twitch. It's kind of hard to schedule that kind of stuff, but if you're not in the Discord, make sure you guys join the Discord now, so that if you want to know when streams are coming out and stuff. But all right, y'all. Well, that's what we're gonna call it. I would like to do a little bit of gamblage, but I think that we're still saving up for Walpurgis. We're currently at 6k lunacy, so we'll need to only conserve the lunacy for the Walpurgis drop whenever that is. Hopefully we can get some like tickets or something from the season pass, some like pull tickets to like substitute the lack of the pulls. And we had an insane pull yesterday with the first try getting the Faust ID. So Klingenbot says Walpurgis soon. When is soon? When is my Walpurgis? Give it to me. Give me the Walpurgis. Where is it? Where is it? Where is the Walpurgis? Tell me! I must know. Damn, look at... You guys are getting the close-up view. Hello there. Okay. We'll see. It should be happening soon, I think. We'll save it for then. Thank you guys so much for the stream, or watching the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know I did. It was nice seeing we had some new friendly faces pop up in the Twitch chat and on YouTube, so I appreciate you guys watching. Devin Titan form. Look, this is what you guys see. If we were in Attack on Titan, this is what you would see. Come here. That's Devin Block's Titan ID right there for you. But as always, before we end our stream, let me give a big special thanks to all of our members that we have here on the YouTubes that make monetary contributions to my credit card, my bank account. So, thank you too. Also, before I do this, I wanted to mention this. I really like when you guys make stuff off of the channel, whether it's like, you know, fan art like Bam does, or like the edits like Yash does, or you know, anything like that. I just want you guys to know that it's like the coolest stuff that I ever see, and I really like it. So, you know, feel free to do more of that. All right, it's very cool. It's very cool. Also, if you guys are just into like, if you guys ever just want to make clips out of the content on the channel, I might start doing like a weekly clip contest. Like whoever can find the best clips out of the week, I'll like give them a shout out or something on stream or like in the Discord. Because not only does it help like spread the content out there, but also it's just cool to see, and it's fun to know what you guys think was the best stuff from each stream. So just a thought, you know, just keep that in mind. All right, something, food for thought. But all right, thank you to all of our 130 members, those being Ristical, Addy B, Jonathan, Lucas, Sharko, Ryan, Kroga, Jahudi, Rad, Russian Man, iShow Speed 69, El Nofo, Tuberao, Banana Splits, X, Midventures, Abeldo, Deadcon, Arsenic, Storm, Kimchi, Camelot, Joe, Laboomdoo, Town of Hello, Charon, Hydroxycarbonate, Cedric, Raise Codex, Deadman Talkin', Mist L, Watermelon, Lewis Rye, Unlike Law Student, Dragon Dust, KB, Night Raven Scout, Maybe Not, you can call me Juan, Mercer Scott, LCB Hori, The Bird Gamer, Primus 1, Hood Irony, Nothing, Meow Meow Meow, Noko, MCK, Stellar, Guy, Normal Tanny, Jenny, Japanese name, Hatsune Susuke, Power Fixation, Jirozo, Derp, Free God 69, Zack Sonic, Zeta, I'm So Sorry, Paris Storm, Prince Dexter, Melody, Jim, Cayenne, Goko, Suppressed VA, Aaron Moore, Chris, Moritz, The Bubster, Seirao, AA4A, Fishy Boy, The Man, Trifox, Alatar G, Chlorophyte, The King of Ravens, Hunter CPA, Monstrous Wallaby, Slaypick, Alex, Dr. Wilson, Psy, Japanese name number 2, Mr. Inconspicuous, Victor's Awakening, Shadow Flare, Elysia, Soup the Man, Cher, Eric, Comrade, Alp, Vico, Don Quixote, Vixen, Legit, Benji, North Mittens, Otto, Rommel, What the Dude, and wait, there was one more! David Kelly, Polly, Jabberwocky, Marope, Sporpachi, Nol, Baked Potatoes, Thavian, Shuckley, Malkuth, No Time, Sumi, Yokai, Lokanator, Speb, Hong Lu, Baked Potato, Comet, Molten Knight, Gregor, Caballero, Devour, Sibahad, Tony Too Tall, Wealthy Kenny, Tony the Horse, Jackie Yash, Alexander, Owen, Bug, Miles, and Alphonse. I hope all of you have a great rest of your morning, evening, night, day, afternoon, wherever the hell you guys are. And I will see you guys, we'll have to see, whatever next stream is. Like I said, join the Discord, make sure you're in the know. I'll also make a community post. Keep an eye out. Eye out. Eye's not here. Eyeball here. Okay, bye-bye!